everything will be fine.
Yeah, sure, totally. Is that a Pepsi Wild Cherry?
Oh, no. Please, not here. Not here.
Too late.
You know something, Steve? Flavor Mania's about to run wild.
Oh, not Flavor Mania.
Pepsi Wild Cherry's about to drop a flavor suplex right into your pie hole. It's gonna hit your taste buds with a top rope elbow of flavor. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be refreshing. It's gonna throw your Wild Cherry loving brain right through the announcer's table.
Oh, I can't take you anywhere.
Flavor Mania doesn't need your permission, Steve, because the world knows that nothing is gonna get between Pepsi Wild Cherry and that flavor championship belt. Are you ready to get wild?
Oh, please don't
Come
get
on,
wild.
Steve. I said, are you ready to get wild?
Seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Wild Cherry?
You better believe it, brother.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Now available in 0 sugar. That's what I like.
At Jimmy John's, we don't make sandwiches. We make the sandwich of sandwiches. We use fresh veggies because we don't hate salads. We just feel bad for them. We make our sandwiches exactly how you want because you're the one who's eating it. And we bake bread all day, every day because stale bread isn't bread. It's croutons. Sandwich history is written by the victors. Good thing we have legible handwriting. Jimmy John's, the sandwich of sandwiches. Order pickup or delivery on the app.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the pirate nation. Welcome to Pirate Radio Live.
You can paint this one purple.
Now live from the Pirate Radio studios in the heart of the Pirate Nation, here is your host, Clip Brock.
Welcome in to a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Clip Brock here with you inside the Pirate Radio studios and coming to you today on Pirate Radio 92.7 FM in Greenville, 104.1 in Washington. We're on 1250, 930. Also online at pr927fm.com, and you can watch the program on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribed to Pirate Radio TV on YouTube and check out all our videos there, including the latest episode of Pirate Radio Trivia, which dropped over the weekend as a couple of Browns fans went head-to-head in trivia. You can watch that and all of our videos there. Pirate Radio TV. Subscribe there on YouTube. All right, a lot of guests to get to on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk a lot of Pirate baseball on today's show. Double B, Brian Bailey, will join us live from Clearwater, Florida, coming up at 3:30. We'll talk to Bailey and see what the team has been up to this afternoon before taking on Memphis to begin conference tournament action on Tuesday. Ronnie Woodward, the new dad, will join us on the Fixed NC Live line, and we'll find out if Annie, are you okay? His daughter Annie, born last week, and Ronnie will join us via the phone as he is on dad duty and covering the Pirates duty. We will talk some Hurricanes hockey. The Canes with back-to-back overtime losses in their first-round series against Nashville. They return home to what should be a rowdy environment at PNC Arena on Tuesday night. We'll talk to the play-by-play voice of the Hurricanes, Mike Maniscalco. He'll join us on the Fixed NC Live line coming up around 4:20. After that, the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, will look at everything going on in the NBA playoffs tonight. He has been a John Means backer the entire MLB season. We got O's and Twins for you tonight on Pirate Radio. John Means on the mound. We'll see if he likes the Orioles tonight when they take on the Twins. Jeff Nadu joins us around 4:40. Then in the 5 o'clock hour, Troy D will be alongside inside the Pirate Radio studios. We'll go back out to Clearwater, Florida, and talk to Malcolm Gray on the Fixed NC Live line and recap a busy sports weekend. So a lot on tap today. We'll kick it off with Jonathan Ellerbe, who joins me here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Hello, Ellerbe.
What's up, Clip? How are you? Busy show today. Awesome. Covering a lot of topics.
Busy show coming off a busy weekend. And really, I would never trade a first day of the NCAA tournament, a college football Saturday, or an NFL Sunday. But man, yesterday was a fantastic day in the sports world. You had too much going on during the afternoon. The Canes were in double overtime. You had the Braves winning a game, which I was into. Major League Baseball was on. Monday. You had LeBron in the playoffs playing. you had Phil Mickelson on the course in South Carolina winning a PGA championship, and it was just a fantastic sports day if you are a sports fan. And Ellerbe, I don't know if I'm getting old, if my sports tastes are maturing, but the sport I watched the most yesterday was golf.
Wow.
I got locked in to Phil at Kiowa Island and really enjoyed that final day of the PGA Championship. But, man, there was a ton going on this weekend, especially yesterday.
If it had been Justin Spieth, would you have been locked in?
Well, that would have been interesting because I've never –
You mean Jordan Spieth?
Jordan Spieth?
Yeah, if it was Justin Spieth, I'd be like, man, who is this guy?
Who the hell is this cat?
It's incredible.
So, yeah, if it had been somebody other than Phil Mickelson, if it had been – was that the draw for the golf?
Probably so, yeah.
I was
Made it
watching.
special.
I was watching the Canes, and then when it ended the first overtime, and literally I just turned the television on and was watching. When I say I was watching the Canes, it was like the last 5 minutes of the first overtime, and then I switched over to golf. And then the scene down in South Carolina is what drew me in. And,
Yeah,
and then
well, that was part of it too.
Yeah. I mean, and the finish of the golf. I didn't watch golf all day. I mean, so I was traveling. I got back late. So, but that finish and the scene of the crowds that were storming the fairways, I just never seen anything like that in golf. And it was like a roving frat party down there on the golf course.
It was the same way for NBA basketball. The Madison Square Garden.
The Knicks opened back up Madison Square Garden.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I knew I missed fans in basketball, baseball. I can't wait to see what it's like at Clark LeClaire at a regional coming up in a couple of weekends. Can't wait to see Dowdy Ficklin Stadium. You know, the Panthers said Bank of America's
100%.
opening up 100%. So I definitely missed that for those sports. I didn't realize how much it was important to golf. And we saw that on Sunday with all those fans kind of breaking the barricade and surrounding Phil Mickelson and Brooks Koepka, who did not win and who had leg surgery not too long ago. And he was kind of upset with all the fans and their behavior for rattling his knee a little bit. But man, it was awesome to see on Sunday.
And when you were watching the final putts of Phil Mickelson, what were you guessing or thinking if there was going to be like a rush the green at that point? I mean, I knew golf fans are really respectful, but they were really being un-golf fan like as they kind of came up the 18th with Phil. I kind of thought there was a small percentage, but they did hold off and let him hole it in after he basically two-putted, which is all he needed anyway. But certainly it was an incredible scene. To just that part of it to me was cooler than Phil Mickelson being the oldest person to win a major.
Isn't it the Waste Management Open in Arizona that has the I guess stereotypical kind of rowdy fans?
Yes,
kind of felt that way down in South Carolina.
It did.
Was that tournament at Myrtle Beach?
Dirty Myrtle.
It was right there on the strip.
Yeah, I think a lot of fans from Dirty Myrtle were down there in South Carolina, but certainly it was quite a scene, and I think it was like one of those like Sundays at the Masters. I mean, Phil's obviously one of the biggest names in the sport, and he got it done, got a big paycheck, and got another major.
And congratulations to Harold Varner III. We were following him Friday during the show, and he made the cut, was able to play through the weekend, and was able to get him a little cash.
Yeah, he made about $25,000, I believe, and finished in the top 50. So
I would take it and run.
The key is making that cut.
Yep, sticking around,
getting to play those extra 2 days for a major championship, and I think that's just he's hopefully will have his moment at some point and get that first ever PGA win.
Ellerbe, the Pirates have swept the AAC awards. Cliff Godwin named AAC Coach of the Year. Gavin Williams is the AAC Pitcher of the Year. Connor Norby is the AAC Player of the Year. That just in. And
I have some additional ones for you, Clip.
All right.
For the all-conference teams, for first team, Gavin Williams was a unanimous selection to the first team, along with Connor Norby and Josh Moylan for all-conference first team. All-conference second team, we have 4 players: Cam Colmore, Thomas Francisco, Zach Agnos, and Bryson Worrell.
Wow.
So there you go.
A lot of Pirates there getting accolades for a fantastic regular season, Ellerbe.
And no reason for them not to be recognized. Certainly the Pirates were the cream of the crop although they didn't finish the last two games like they had played the entire season. But maybe you could say they were not playing for a lot those last two games because they clinched the number one seed in the conference regular season championship.
I think they were still playing for a top 8 national seed and lost those games. But like in Major League Baseball, when you clinch your division or whatever, you pop the champagne in the clubhouse. I don't know what the Pirates did on Friday night, but it looked like a different team on Saturday and on Sunday.
Well, on Friday and Saturday because they didn't play Sunday.
Correct.
So
Thursday
they won the double
championship.
Yeah.
It was
so
a day off.
And the two things that happened, the Pirates hadn't been shut out all season. That happened on Friday, and then they hadn't lost back-to-back games all season, and that happened on Saturday. So maybe they got. Obviously, you're at a point in the season where you don't want to lose back-to-back games anymore because that means you've been eliminated either from conference play, and then of course the next weekend will be the regional.
East Carolina still a outside shot, perhaps at a top 8. I saw Kendall Rogers kind of put them in the mix. He said 7 of the spots were pretty much nailed down, but there's still an opening there if a team wants to get that 8 spot and host that regional, super regional. He said Arizona solidified its spot, and it leaves TCU, Texas Tech, Oregon, East Carolina, and Stanford. He says keep an eye on Ole Miss as well for that 8 spot for a national seed. Ellerbe, for whatever reason, ECU loves to be 9th. They were 9th the Peach Bowl year, right?
Yes.
They were 9th 2 years ago. And I got a feeling we might be 9th again this year. We shall see. But Pirates take care of business in Clearwater. Go ahead and lock up that regional spot, and we'll be playing some baseball in Greenville.
Yeah, coming up a week from now, we'll know who's going to be in the regional in Greenville, and should be exciting. And maybe they can get some lady luck if they are that 9 through 16 seed, and the team on the other side will lose their regional, and the Pirates can host either way. But certainly a lot of baseball to be taken care of, and it'll be interesting to watch how the Pirates perform and play. Certainly bounce back against Memphis on Tuesday, and I think they're holding Gavin Williams. Not for that first game, I believe.
Tyler Smith going to start against Memphis on Tuesday.
Right, so that's an interesting dynamic as well, which I guess sets up that really Gavin Williams will be used once in the conference tournament and then probably set up, to be the Friday starter in the regional the following week. Because if you started Gavin the first game, you could potentially, I guess, he could pitch again by the weekend if things kept rolling, so maybe only use Gavin once and get him ready for that Friday important regional game.
Yeah, it is a long tournament. If I had my druthers, I would just have ECU quickly lose and get back to Greenville. But that's, you can't do that.
Nah.
You can never take the foot off the gas. And you're going to have to use a lot of arms in this tournament.
And the way the team played the last 2 games, I think everybody's going to be expecting to see a little bit better performance on Tuesday against the 8 seed in Memphis, who hadn't had a very good season at all. So certainly the bats need to get hot and give some support to Tyler Smith. But and the key with you getting these tournament plays too, you need solid pitching and pitching to go a lot of innings too, so you don't have to just burn up arms.
The Pirate Radio ECU Baseball Recap brought to you by ECU grad Brandon Manning with Farm Bureau Insurance, 531-1812. Brandon's clients have his cell phone number. He is available before and after business hours. You can call him today at 531-1812 to schedule a review and get a free quote from a former Pirate, Brandon Manning, who we'll have Brandon on at some point between now and the regional to talk more baseball. He loves talking ECU baseball. He is a Clark LeClaire regular Ellerbe, and there will be a lot more people in Clark LeClaire coming up. I've seen a lot of posts on social media about Pirate Club members and ECU baseball season ticket holders getting an email about first priority for going to and attending regional games, and they're going to open things up and allow a lot of fans to be there, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, I've already gotten a lot of texts and phone calls from folks of positioning themselves for tickets or trying to find tickets. So people are definitely excited for a week from Friday. Hopefully the weather will cooperate, and the Pirates will be hosting that regional and hoping maybe a super regional as well. But certainly it's going to be exciting and a lot of fun that June 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Cliff Godwin tweeting a graphic of the team at GPA 3.69.
Has a 9 in it.
Alongside regular season champs, Ellerbe. And he is proud of both of those accomplishments. And heck of a year for CG and the guys. Again, it ended kind of with a whimper, but when you lock up the championship with games to play, that could happen. They did well enough that they could actually take a couple losses at the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean they weren't sweating it. They got it done. They had a great season, great regular season. Now it's time to see if they can have a great postseason. And they've had that before. They've won the American tournament before. They've won a regional before. Obviously, the big elephant in the room is can the Pirates win a super regional and punch their ticket to Omaha, a place that this baseball team hasn't been.
And we are at that spot again, Ellerbe, late in the year, kind of getting closer to the offseason where you start to hear Cliff Godwin's name floated for other opportunities. And Texas A&M has an opening, and Cliff Godwin's name could be called by the Aggie administration and check his interest after the season is over.
Yeah, and I believe their coach has been to the World Series twice, went to like 13 straight postseasons. So Texas A&M has a ton of money. I mean, they have a ton of money. We all know what they're paying Jimbo Fisher to coach football. We all know what the SEC makes in all sports. So certainly they're going to go out and make a big time hire. And Baseball America, I think, linking Cliff Godwin as a potential candidate to that due to his great success he's had here at ECU. So definitely, it's not a bad thing that we have a really good baseball coach here. Now, obviously, East Carolina and everybody wants to keep Coach Godwin here, but certainly it's a lot better to be in this situation than being in a coaching search for ECU baseball right now, because our season is in the dumps. So that's been a good thing that Cliff has been successful, and his name will always be continued to be mentioned, but certainly happy to have him here.
I would wager that one ECU coach who is employed by East Carolina right now will be a Texas A&M coach coming up soon.
You are going with perhaps maybe an assistant basketball coach?
Yes, that is the route I'm going.
Okay. I knew the route you were going. Perhaps.
Celebrity sighting Steve Rocafort with Buzz Williams out at Major League Baseball games out in Texas.
Yeah. Now Rocafort came to East Carolina from Virginia Tech, where he was on staff with Buzz Williams.
Yep.
And Coach Rocafort, also a huge Houston Astros fan, and he was out in Texas visiting Buzz Williams. So is that where you're connecting?
Just connecting a few dots.
Just connecting the dots. And does Texas A&M have an opening right now too?
I believe so.
Okay, so there you have it. That could be some breaking ECU basketball news
at some point.
We
shall see.
Basketball very, very quiet right now.
It is.
Not that it should be making it. I mean, no team is really making any noise in the college basketball
world. There are guys going out of that portal to teams every single day.
Sure.
And we have not seen that with ECU. We've seen guys go into the portal but not come out on ECU side. Waiting on an announcement from Hadim C, a.k.a. Kadeem Sai, who 2 years ago had ECU in his top 3, chose Ole Miss. Now ECU's in the top 4. 2 years later, we'll see where he decides to go.
I'm wondering if ESPN's going to launch a new channel, ESPN Portal, just to have
24-hour news.
24-hour coverage.
You can have the scroll at the bottom listing all the names. Breaking news, this guy's in, this guy's out.
Or who has theportal.com? I mean, maybe a channel is just too old school, but maybe they should start a website, theportal.com. And where is is there an official, is it on NCAA.com where you go to find all these names once you go into the portal?
This looks weird, Ellerbe. Theportal.com.
You're definitely getting a virus.
I better get off that site.
Yeah.
Is there a brick and mortar location?
No, I know there's not a brick and mortar location.
Is it like Amazon, or is there a portal store you can walk in?
It would be kind of cool if it was like the Heisman House. You know, those commercials. Like if the players had to go live in the portal until somebody came by and got them.
Here's some other news that just came out a moment ago. Chandler, you've been getting into the Canes. Ellerbe watched the Canes.
Yep.
Ellerbe will not be watching on Thursday night because they face off at 8 on Tuesday. Thursday night in Nashville, 9:30 face off between the Canes and the Predators.
9:30?
9:30, Ellerbe.
That is
on NBC Sports Network.
And I'm assuming there's a PM after that 9:30.
That it is. A little late night hockey.
Hey, when are you and intern Brooks going to be coming back here to watch a little? I thought you were having a watch party.
I'm planning on the Canes making a long run here.
Yeah.
So I don't want to
I texted him when he was
Maybe
here.
we're jinxing a little bit by not having a watch party in round one.
Because Brooks, he's such a super Caniac fan. He said he would get pretty emotional during a watch party. So it could be must see watching you guys watch the Hurricanes.
That would be it's like me watching probably Washington, Chandler watching the Panthers. That's his number one team. Mm-hmm. Ellerbe watching, I guess, his son play.
I don't know. I don't know where.
What's the most emotional you've been watching an athletic event, Ellerbe?
Oh man,
got to be an ECU game.
Yeah, definitely, probably some sort of ECU event. It's I'm trying to think.
Give it to me.
I'm trying to think. Obviously, I've just been so deadened by the ECU stuff the last 4 or 5 years. There hadn't really been anything that stood out. But
I would imagine it has not been recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Was there some good football games in your college days at East Carolina?
Oh, absolutely. I think if you think about baseball, I remember watching that Texas Tech series when we came up short. That was pretty emotional on that side of it. I'll have to think. I'll have you an answer this time next week. How about that?
All right.
I'm just having a blank.
Okay. I meant to phrase it like you were a happy moment.
Oh, okay.
Not Texas Tech.
But I was
miserable moment.
Yeah. You talking about watching it on TV or being there in person?
You know what, Bryce Williams? We'll table it for a week since you can't come up with an answer.
I'll throw the 70 points against UNC. That was a awesome game. Probably the most emotional and fun I've had. That was a very positive moment.
Okay. All right. How about you, Chandler? When did you get the most excited or upset during a sporting event?
When I was 1 year old and East Carolina beat Miami and Raleigh. I cried my eyes out.
You were crying in the crib.
I will say that people out there, I was watching that game with at Carter Finley Stadium. When I was in there, people were going nuts.
Yeah.
People were banging on the bleachers, and it was just that was pretty incredible.
I would say, actually, I would have to say it's the Southern Miss game, East Division Championship. C.J. Wilson blocked the field goal.
Oh, yeah, took it back. It was the point after touchdown.
Yeah, I was 10 years old and I cried. Happy tears.
This was a pretty good moment. When East Carolina won the conference championship against Houston here in Greenville.
Yep.
One of my best friends was getting married in Beaufort that weekend, and so I went down for the rehearsal dinner Friday night, drove back Saturday morning, did our tailgate from 8 to noon, drove back to Beaufort, and when Van Estridge got the interception, I kept hitting refresh on my phone, and that was right when I was getting ready to have to walk down the aisle, and I was like, man, I was trying to stall as long as I could, and then I was like, and I had to give the thumbs up to my friend's dad that the Pirates had won, so that was probably one of the most emotional, not watching but following a game. That was kind of a crazy moment of I was checking my phone. I was seating people and then coming back and I was all over myself. I tried to go back to the back of the line so I could have more time with my phone. That was probably one of the craziest fun times I've had.
And then Skip invited all the fans on the field, which was awesome for me and my brother, who was probably 6 years old. I was 10 or 11. So we enjoyed that. So that was also a great moment.
Yeah, thanks for answering my question.
Yeah.
You did help out a lot, though. Yeah. Hopefully that helped you, Clip.
It did. Asked and answered. All right, Ellerbe, thanks for joining us today. We'll talk to you sometime next week.
Yeah, Monday, Memorial Day. So we'll have some Orioles baseball on next Monday. Hopefully people will enjoy the holiday weekend.
And stay tuned to our social media all day Monday. We'll have all the latest on the regional, who's coming, who's playing, who will be the 3 teams here in Greenville along with the East Carolina Pirates. Expecting at least one big name, Ellerbe, to be here, whether it be a state, Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia. There's going to be a big name school here.
Somebody in all caps?
Yes.
Just because it's going to be big.
Big. Real big.
That's the big man on campus. He might know. He's into big names.
He will not know anything about college baseball. All right, let's take a time out. We'll come back. Brian Bailey knows a thing or two about college baseball. He is down in Clearwater with the Pirates. Had a great edition of the Brian Bailey Show earlier today. We'll see what the Pirates have been up to the last couple hours and talk some baseball and more with Double B. We're back with you after this.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
The Tarboro River Bandits are back, and this year we'll have a full season, and all fans are welcome this year. Come watch some of the best collegiate baseball around with over 20 Division I players on this active roster looking to compete at a high level. We have a family-friendly atmosphere, awesome stadium, food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer on the East. Come do something different with the family this summer with the Tarboro River Bandits. 29 home games to choose from. Tickets available at the gate or online at TarboroRiverBandits.com.
Weekends are made for AJ McMurphy's. Start your Sunday fun day at AJ's. AJ's is now serving brunch from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. and a build-your-own Bloody Mary bar. Enjoy your weekend with live music on Friday night and Saturday night with no cover charge. And you can catch all of the MLB and ECU baseball action on AJ's TVs. See you this weekend at AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bell's Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
Here with Melissa from ENS Hemp Company. Melissa, tell us how your products and services can help people.
Well, for over 2.5 years, the team at ENS Hemp Company has been helping educate our community on the many benefits of our products. Our customers have seen great success dealing with everything from stress, anxiety, fatigue, pain, and PTSD, just to name a few. You can come in today and our staff can help you find the best products for your needs. You can visit us at Fire Tower Road near Sam Jones Barbecue or enshempcompany.com.
Wait up. Papa John's has a new stuffed crust? Oh, we did it. All our tweets, DMs, and carrier pigeons worked. This ain't just stuffed crust. This is Papa John's crust. Stuffed.
Hey Pirate fans, order the new Epic Stuffed Crust One-Topping Pizza for only $12. The new Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza is the MVP move for game day or any day. Place your order online at papajohns.com and sign up for Papa Rewards. Papa John's, the official pizza of the ECU Pirates.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys are expanding and growing.
Yeah, we sure are. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is that we actually have a pediatric practice as well. It's called Kinetic Pediatric Therapy. We've got speech, physical, and occupational therapy there just for kids. If you're concerned about your child's development or just want to make sure they're on track, you can bring them in for a screen. If they need evaluation, we're able to do that and help them continue to develop. For more information, you can visit us at kptkids.com or give us a call, 689-6043.
Get more during the Memorial Day sale at Bustic Sugg Furniture. More savings, up to 15% off in every department. More selection, all the latest styles and trends for your living room, dining room, and bedroom, all at savings up to 15% off or 48 months special financing. Experience better sleep on a new Restonic mattress with queen mattresses starting at $5.99 or get two-sided starting at $7.99. Get more during the Memorial Day sale going on now at Bustic Sugg Furniture.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville across from Ron Ayers Motorsports and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
Pirate Radio.
And you write that down, because when you're at East Carolina, you go for it every time. Or you don't coach at East Carolina, you don't come to East Carolina, you don't play at East Carolina with a weak heart. Write it!
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Brock.
Back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. It is conference tournament week down in Clearwater, Florida. We will talk to a lot of guests this week down in Clearwater, including one right now, Double B, Brian Bailey, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Bailey, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. How are you?
Doing great, and great edition of the Brian Bailey Show earlier today, and we'll hear a cut from that real quick where apparently the players are not hanging out at the beach today. They're going to have to earn that. Here's Bailey and Cliff Godwin earlier today on the Brian Bailey Show.
You've had a lot of success here in Clearwater Championships in 15 and 18. What do you like about coming down here for the tournament?
Well, number one, the way that people treat us, the Phillies do an unbelievable job. The grounds crew, everybody is so hospitable. Of course, we stay at a really nice hotel, which our guys aren't going to go on the beach till we win a game down here because they looked tired last weekend. So it's not punishment. I told them, I said, hey, look, it's me trying to help you guys. And once we win a game, then we'll have an hour out there on the beach like we normally do.
What was the game they played that one year when you didn't play very well in the tournament? Spike ball or something like that?
Yeah, well, I'll blame that on Wes Covington. I hope Wes listens to this. And I told him we went 0-2. I said there would never be another spike ball thing out here on the beach.
All right, Bailey, no beaching and no spike ball going on today for the Pirates, apparently.
Well, for the Pirates, Brian Mito and I found a challenge. It's going to be kind of like that scene in Top Gun. Mito and I are going to go out and spike ball. Yeah, just kidding. But I thought that was a great comment from Cliff. That was hilarious. He's fired up.
Yeah, and the Pirates will get underway on Tuesday, and Cliff talked about, and a lot of your guests today talked about how they like the format where if you win, you get a day off. It is brutal to play all those games back to back to back to back, although with the 4-game series they've been playing, Godwin said last week this is going to be kind of like a vacation.
Yeah, he called it. He said it's going to be like recess. Play. So, yeah, those 4-game sets, and we talked about it with some. I think Corey commented on it. The fact that if those coaches could vote again, they probably would vote something different.
Yeah,
those 4-game sets just turned out to be brutal. And credit East Carolina for getting through all of that and winning the regular season. I don't think any of those guys and any of the coaches are happy at all after what happened after they clinched. It was one of those deals, a byproduct of just. No one expected them to clinch on that particular day. They weren't expecting for Tulane to get swept, and they were just trying to do their part. And once it all fell into place, just think about psychologically what that does to you. And so I don't think we saw the real Pirate baseball team those last 2 games. And I think they really, again, psychologically, that's a chip on their shoulder that they wouldn't have had if they'd have maybe even split those 2 games. But they come here thinking, hey, we lost 2 games in a row. We got to get some momentum going into the postseason. And so this is our chance to do it, and it starts with the Memphis Tigers. Tyler Smith's going to get the start, as Cliff said. So
yeah,
see how Tyler does.
I was going to ask you about that, Bailey. What do you think about that move, and what does that mean for Gavin Williams, Carson Wisenhunt, and the rest of the pitching staff?
Well, I think what it's going to set up, I talked to Gavin for a few minutes, and I'm not sure how much he was supposed to say, but he told me that Tyler was starting, and the plan is right now he'll go game 2. He said probably either way, but if they get into a game 2 matchup, if they happen to lose the first game, and the matchup, is better for somebody else to start, they might go that route. But, if you lose that first game, I think you start thinking about the NCAA regionals. But I think, if you win that first game, you get Wednesday off, and then you come back on Thursday. And I really think the way Cliff's always gone about it, that's how you win this thing, is you go about it in a serious, attitude that, hey, we want to go down here and win a championship. You're playing for a ring. You're playing for a title. So I think they'll come out. I think they'll beat Memphis, and then we'll see what happens from there. But I'd love to have Gavin go game 2, and then if you win that game, you don't play again until Saturday. And by the time you get to Saturday, the team that gets to you has played a lot of baseball.
Bailey, is the feeling, have you talked to folks down there about the regional, and, if you lose 2, are the Pirates still in good shape to be one of the 16 hosting?
I think so, and I think the people that I've talked to, seem to think that the only thing that would hold them back is the fact that obviously the committee looks at what you've done lately, and if you go 0-4, that's a Debbie Downer for sure. But they won the conference championship. They had a great record in the regular season. They didn't lose a series all year, so I think they're very much in line for the 6. I think they're in as far as one of the 16 sites as we sit here right now, and I think even with the 2 losses, if they happen to have 2 in a row, I think they would still host coming up next week.
So they're on the good side of that, Bailey. Is that how about have you talked to people about if they run the table down there in Florida? Could they jump into one of the 8 spots for a super regional?
I think that's the other slot. I think it's very similar to what we saw. What was it, 19?
Yep.
When the Pirates were right on the verge, and I think Cliff really thought they were going to get into that 8th slot, maybe the 7th slot, and they slid to 10. Was it 10-7 right with Louisville? If my memory's right, or 11-6. I'm not sure. I thought it was 10-7. But anyway, they slid out of the top 8. And Coach O was telling us earlier that from the people he had talked to that, because of the COVID situation and things that were going on, they might not actually do, seed it like that. But now he says that the people he talked to, that they're still trying to decide how they're going to do it. Whether they're going to, the NCAA is good at that. It's not written in stone anywhere that they're going to, come out with, 16, 1 through 16 as far as the seeds go. And it seems to me that they used to do something like that before. They would go 1 through 8, and then the rest of them would just come out, and then they would go to a committee and do it that way. So maybe that's what they're going back to. But I'm not sure. Yeah,
kind of running out of time here to make a decision, unless they're just going to do it. I guess at first I remember Malcolm Gray saying something like you would not know your super regional opponent until after the regionals, and they would go from there. So
yeah,
we'll see what they're going to do.
One of the theories that's going on, talking to people, they said that's what they were thinking about doing. You're playing the regionals, having your 16, having all your, you'll have a 1, 2, 3, and 4 in each regional, and then when you get through there, your 16 winners, they just put them up on the board and say, okay, we're going to match this one up with this one.
Yeah.
And sometimes it would be close to a 1-16, and sometimes if it was very similar, it might be a regional type matchup. So I don't know.
Bailey, have you thought about coming back home to Greenville, and when you do for more baseball, what the site's going to be like at Clark LeClaire with fans in the stands?
I tell you, I think the older I get, and Cliff says it a lot too about thinking about all the fans and just the roar of the crowd when the team takes the field, and we all live in Eastern North Carolina. We all live in Greenville. We all I've covered the Pirates for almost 40 years, and just you don't get that many times to hear that kind of roar and to be a part of something like that. It's magical. I mean, I hope that the place sells out. I hope scalpers are getting $200 a ticket on the side, because I just hope it's just an unbelievable atmosphere. And I think a lot of folks, there are some out there that are still worried about going out and doing stuff. I think a lot of folks are just dying to get to do something, and that would be a lot of fun.
Have you, Bailey, I know how much you missed everything last year. I did as well. We had some pretty depressing conversations on the sports bar and on Pirate Radio Live. But looking at, Madison Square Garden last night, looking at the PGA Championship, what the hockey playoffs have looked like in some arenas, man, it's got to pump you up, right? I mean, it's been awesome to see.
That golf was almost scary. that was crazy with that crowd, and I'm not sure who was in charge of crowd control, but I got a feeling they're in the unemployment line right now, because they almost got to let that get out of control. I'm glad nothing really happened. And it was great to see the big the big swell of people, but that was that was a great story too. I mean, Phil Mickelson at the age of 50 and what he did, and that was a lot of drama. That was fun.
Brian Bailey joining us. He's at the beach this week. Did you see, what did you think of Glenn's graphic where he put you on the Macho Man's body? Did you like that?
I saw somebody tweeted something about beach body, and immediately said, "So what does that mean?" I said, "I think I wore a black shirt. I look a little thinner." and then we got in the car, and he goes, "No, this is what it is." And he showed me the graphic. I thought it was pretty funny.
Bailey at the beach. Well done by Glenn Griffin earlier today. All right, Bailey, great show. What's your plan for the rest of the week? You got some baseball to cover on Tuesday, and then TBA. If the Pirates don't play, what are you going to do Wednesday? Party down there?
Yeah, party like it's whatever, 1999. No, what we do when we cover this tournament is if they get an off day, what we try to do is try to follow the team and see what they're doing for that day. Maybe get out, and if they get the chance to go on the beach, if they get to do something casual. Do a little bit of that. But off days, usually Coach Godwin will go live with me at either 5 or 6, so that helps me a lot as far as the coverage goes. And I think he appreciates us being down here because there's not much media down here for the whole conference. I mean, and really we alluded to it a little bit on the air on my show, but it's really weird because usually you come down here and and gates are open, and you just kind of go in and do what you want. And they have closed everything down because of COVID, and they don't want teams to come in and something to happen. And I understand that.
Who's Captain Tight Pants? Meador kept talking about.
That was a guy named. What was that guy's name? Started with a D. Doug. Yeah, Doug. He's the head of the whole stadium or something. But he was so condescending. And I'm proud of you. You didn't really snap. And I was like, I was close. I was getting.
You can't do that on day one, Bailey, before the games even start. So good for you.
That was like. I asked him. I said, "Hey, that upstairs right there, that table right there. I've worked there for. No, you haven't. You're not allowed to go up there." I said, "Well, the past 5 years. Last year I didn't go because we had COVID. Nobody covered it because nobody was here. But the years before that, that's not true." I said, "Okay, man, I'm not going to sit there and argue with you. I know that's where I work. That's fine. I mean, I'm not sure exactly. You can't go in the press box, and that's kind of weird. But and she kept saying each bubble. I said, "Well, I'm in the bubble." He goes, "Which bubble?" I said, "Well, I'm kind of in the pirate bubble. I can be in any bubble you like me to be in."
Bailey versus Captain Tight Pants could be a running storyline throughout the week. So Bailey, yeah, good stuff. All right, Double B, thanks for joining us. We might reach out to you another day this week, try to get you on the show, talk some more Pirate baseball with you down there.
Please do. It'd be fun.
All right, man. Thank you. There's Brian Bailey joining us. If you missed the Brian Bailey Show, great edition. He was live with Cliff Godwin, Corey Glore, Malcolm Gray, Coach O, Gary Overton. Great show. It'll re-air coming up at 6. It's available right now on Facebook, YouTube, or you can download it. Check it out on pr927fm.com. All right, we do have some day baseball. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. just cranked a 2-run home run to tie things up in the bottom of the 8th. It is 5-5 now between the Blue Jays and the Rays. All right, let's take a timeout. We will come back. Shirley got a minor league update for us. We'll get a minor league baseball update. And we'll recap all the awards the Pirates have pulled in. That coming out this hour. Coach of the Year, Pitcher of the Year, Player of the Year. Thomas Francisco not named first team. Kind of strange, but he's an all-conference player. We'll talk about all that and more. More to go in hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Back with you after this.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, a wave of refreshment. Crafted using our unique Brew Pure process. Made pure. Nothing tastes like White Claw Hard Seltzer.
White Claw Hard Seltzer, available in 5 fruit flavors, 2 grams of carbs, gluten-free, and 100 calories. Find it at whiteclaw.com. White Claw Hard Seltzer. Nothing tastes quite like it. Proudly distributed by Coastal Beverage. Please drink responsibly.
A car wash experience like no other is here at the new Tommy's Express. You'll enjoy a gentle belt conveyor ride through our bright, inviting wash as luscious foams and soft cloths treat your car like new. After a final rinse, wax, and blow dry for a beautiful spot-free shine in just about 3 minutes, help yourself to our free vacuums and mat washers. We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
Spring is a great time to plant flowers, trees, and bushes. When planning your landscape, please keep in mind that you should never plant anything within 3 feet of a gas, electric, or water meter. The same thing applies if you have an electric transformer in your yard, except keep plants 8 feet clear of the front in case crews need access during a storm or an outage. Always remember to call 811 at least 3 business days before you dig to avoid underground lines. This important safety message is from your neighbors at Greenville Utilities.
At Tiebreakers, we pride ourselves on serving
big, juicy wings.
I'm talking
big and juicy.
Our chickens are the same ones that kick sand in the other chickens' faces. If our chickens played football, they'd be linebackers. The competition's chickens, they'd be
skinny little kickers.
Trade those kickers in for linebackers.
Tiebreakers is open every day at 11 a.m. Follow Tiebreakers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
In studio today with Natalie Edwards from AG Home Solutions and eXp Realty. Natalie, you have a unique partnership because you work in the real estate market and also work with AG Home Solutions. How does that help your clients?
So it's interesting, the trends that we're currently seeing in real estate. Inventory is so low. We're seeing a high percentage of folks who want to renovate their spaces, perhaps add a home office because now they're working from home. And so they come to us with those design ideas and we're able to help them navigate through that.
What other trends are you seeing in the marketplace right now?
Yeah, so we're definitely seeing increased needs for home office space, folks being able to do virtual learning from home. So how can we redesign that space so it's functional? We're also seeing folks that do want to take advantage of this being a seller's market, and so they want to freshen up that space and get it ready to put on the market. And so we can come in and provide them with some good guidance on things that they might want to consider before they list their property.
For real estate or remodeling, how can folks contact you?
252-947-2526 or aghomesolutions.com.
Chico's Mexican Restaurant is where the fiesta never ends. Grab your amigos and head to Chico's every Wednesday for shrimp tacos for only $9.99. Plus Wednesdays means all Mexican imports for only $2.50. Thursdays, enjoy your favorite beef, chicken, or vegetable fajitas for only $9.99.
For Mexican food and fun, it's got to be Chico's in downtown Greenville and now available through DoorDash, featuring a half gallon of the famous margarita mix to go for only $9.99. Chico's, where the fiesta never ends.
Pirate Radio.
If you're going to put your name on something, it better be your best work.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 1 of Pirate Radio Live. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or event? Keep it local. Print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Do you need custom t-shirts, apparel, or promotional items for your business, organization, or an event? Well, keep it local and print it local with University Sportswear. Contact them today at universitysportswearenc.com, the official sportswear provider of Pirate Radio for 18 years. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Back with you on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Hope you had a great weekend and a great sports weekend, as I did. Man, so much to watch and keep an eye on, including Pirate baseball, as well as everything happening with golf and NBA playoffs, Stanley Cup playoffs, everything in between. And Shirley Rhodes, let's find out what happened in minor league baseball, as ECU has a ton of guys playing in the minors right now. You do a great job of keeping up with everything going on with those guys. So let's get an update.
Okay, well, Jarrell Cotton was in action on Saturday. As a matter of fact, there were two former Pirates in action in that game. Of course, Jarrell pitched an inning, allowed one run on one hit. He walked two. And Jack Reinheimer, because Round Rock played the Tacoma Rainiers, Jack Reinheimer went 1 for 4 on Saturday night with 2 RBIs. Unfortunately, Round Rock lost all 3 games of their weekend series to Tacoma. Bryant Packard had a pretty decent game on Saturday. They played a doubleheader because the Friday night game got pushed back due to weather. He was 1 for 3 in game 1. He went 0 for in game 2, but he did draw a walk. Unfortunately, the Whitecaps lost to the Timber Rattlers all weekend. Trey Benton was in action Friday night for the Lynchburg Hillcats. He pitched 2 innings. He allowed 1 run on 3 hits. He struck out 3 as Lynchburg beat the Myrtle Beach Pelicans by a score of 14-13 on Friday night. Spencer Brickhouse was in action on Saturday against the Vancouver Canadians, and the Hillsboro Hops did not fare very well over the weekend. However, Spencer did go 1 for 4 on Saturday night. Jake Washer was in action on Friday night. He had a double, and that was his only hit of the night. He was 1 for 4 against the Dayton Dragons. He went 1 for 3 with an RBI on Sunday. Alec Burleson had a pretty decent weekend for the Springfield Cardinals. They took on the Northwest Arkansas. And Friday night, they had to play a day-night doubleheader. Game 1 was actually a continuation of a rain-shortened game from earlier in the week. He was 1 for 3 with an RBI in that game. In Game 2, he went 3 for 5 and had an RBI. Saturday night, he went 1 for 4 with a ribby. And then Sunday, he was 2 for 4. So Alec just continuing, and he had a web gem on top of all of that, made a fantastic catch in right field. So Alec continuing to show how quickly he can potentially move up in the ranks here, as he is really starting to show his prowess, especially at the plate. One professional baseball note, Jeff Hoffman earned a win on Friday against the Brewers. The Cincinnati Reds got a win over Milwaukee. He went 5 innings, allowed 1 run on 2 hits. He walked 4 and struck out 7. And Jeff is currently 3-3 on the year, so congratulations to him. And one concerning note that we saw this pop up on social media earlier today, former ECU running back Jonathan Williams has been reported missing. According to a lot of the social media posts that we were seeing, he was last seen on May 20th in the Fayetteville, North Carolina area. So a concerning post there. We'll keep an eye on that. If anything changes in terms of that news story, we'll pass that along to you.
Yeah, saw that, and hoping for his safe return for sure. Shirley, earlier this hour, the AAC announced their awards. Pitcher of the Year, no surprise, Gavin Williams. Player of the Year, no surprise, Connor Norby. Coach of the Year, no surprise, Cliff Godwin. Pirates sweep those awards. A number of Pirates named to the all-conference teams. The head scratcher here was Thomas Francisco,
yeah,
who, and I'm going to run over his stats here. You could argue that if Connor Norby was not the AAC Player of the Year, that it should be Thomas Francisco, because Francisco on the year batted .375, had 10 dingers, 39 RBIs, and just, had a phenomenal season, a .995 fielding percentage, just about perfect there. So I haven't looked at the numbers to see who made it ahead of him and what their numbers were, but kind of crazy to see him on the second team all-conference and not the first.
Yeah, when you rank consistently in the top 5 in categories, you would think that you would wind up somewhere in that first team list. The only thing I can think of is if maybe they only had a certain number of people that they can put on that first team. That's the only thing I can think of, because I have no idea why Thomas Francisco is in that second team slot. Not sliding the other guys that were on there for second team, Cam Colmore, Bryson Worrell, and Zach Agnos. But Thomas's numbers speak for themselves, and it does kind of raise a few eyebrows as far as why he was not selected for the first team, which Gavin Williams, Connor Norby, and Josh Moylan getting the first team, and Gavin was a unanimous first team selection. So I do want to point that out. But there's no question that Gavin was the pitcher in the conference this year. Connor, with his extensive on base percentage and his base on base game as far as his streak goes, unfortunately that came to an end against USF, but it had to start all over. But Connor has been, just absolutely killing the ball. So, as far as those accolades go, I think they are well deserved. But and I'm a big fan of Josh Moylan. He's had I think one of the stats I saw is he's had 5 game-winning RBIs this season.
Well, I'm looking to see if they have announced a freshman of the year, and I haven't seen that. But Moylan should be in line to win that award.
He should, because I really think Josh has been incredible, not only at the plate but at first base. I mean, he's done real well over there in that first base. Playing in a situation where you've got guys like Zach Agnos. I mean, you've got some power arms. You got to be pretty decent over there at first base, and I think he's filled in that slot rather nicely.
So, great day for the Pirates, racking up the awards. They hope to have a great day on Tuesday when they begin play in the American Athletic Conference Baseball Tournament down in Clearwater, and they'll be taking on Memphis. That's like a 12:30-ish start time, so we'll be able to recap that one coming up on Tuesday's edition of Pirate Radio Live. Hopefully they can win on Tuesday, and we can talk to Corey Glore and some folks down there on Wednesday since they'll have the day off. We will talk to Malcolm Gray coming up in the 5 o'clock hour live in Clearwater for a few minutes. So we are your home for AAC tournament baseball coverage right here, Pirate Radio Live, all week long. And, man, next week we will be talking about a regional here in Greenville. That is exciting as well. How about earlier today, I do not watch these shows. I do not follow these shows where guys fake scream at one another on TV about sports topics. But it started kind of with First Take on ESPN and then went to Fox got their own with, is it Undisputed? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, it's called Undisputed.
Well, it's Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. And I guess Shannon Sharp had called Julio Jones, Falcons receiver, and Julio called him back, and he was live on the air. And Shannon Sharp answered the phone and said, and there was a picture this weekend of Julio in a Cowboy shirt.
I did see that today.
Yeah. So Julio Jones was asked by Shannon Sharp, hey, Julio, are you going to the Cowboys? Do you want to play for Dallas? And he later in the interview said he didn't want to play for Dallas. But in regards to Atlanta, he said, quote, I'm out of there. And this is live on the air.
Here's the question. Was it an interview, or did Julio Jones even know
that
he was
not
online?
An interview? That was a phone conversation between two people that know each other.
on live television.
TV. Yeah. And Shannon Sharp didn't say until the end of it that you're live on the air. Like, that was after Julio had said all that other stuff. So I don't know if Julio knew he was on the air or not. After all this happened, you started to see tweets from Shefty, Rappaport, and giving us an update on the situation with the Falcons and Julio Jones. And Jones requested a trade from the Falcons like back in March. And so they have been working behind the scenes on trying to trade him. Atlanta has asked teams that have inquired about Jones for a first-round pick, according to Adam Schefter. So this has kind of been in the works, and it's no surprise, I guess, to the Falcons. Might be a surprise to us on the outside who did not know how serious the team was about potentially moving Julio Jones.
I don't know if you mentioned this while you're reading that tweet, but they don't want to try to move him within the NFC. They want to try to get him on the other side to the AFC, but they said they are willing to look if the price is right, according to Adam Schefter.
Yeah, and Washington's in the NFC, but I would take him. We could use him.
Oh, man. Curtis Samuel, Julio Jones.
I think the best, if I had to pick a team, I would say the Niners reunite with Kyle Shanahan. They need a big play receiver. That could maybe put them over the top. Patriots are always an option. They seem to be bringing in everybody else this offseason, so I don't know. It's starting to look more like Julio Jones will not be a Falcon once the season starts in September.
Oh, man. Now that you've mentioned it, I really can see him in a New England Patriot uniform.
Yeah.
Receiving passes from one, Cam
Mac
Newton,
Jones.
or two, Mac Jones.
Yeah, with Cam.
Jones to Jones.
Jones, hey, could be the. Of course, with Julio, it's all about, can he stay healthy? Can he stay on the field? He has had nagging injuries seemingly like the entire second half of his career. All right, let's wrap up hour one and head on into hour two, where we've got a lot of guests to get to. The new dad, Ronnie Woodward, will join us on the Fixed NC Live line. We will talk to Hurricanes play-by-play voice Mike Maniscalco, and the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, will get you ready for your Monday night in sports. Ronnie Woodward joins us next. We're back on Pirate Radio Live after this.
East Coast Grading and Utilities is your source for clearing, hauling dirt, and concrete work. East Coast Grading and Utilities handles all sewer and water issues as well.
I'm David Vaughn. Whether putting in a new subdivision or helping you with any and all of your drainage problems, I can get the job done. Call me at 531-7494.
No job is too big or too small. East Coast Grading and Utilities. Friends helping friends. 531-7494 for East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Gray Williams from the Pitt County Pirate Club, inviting you to join us on Saturday, June 19th for our first annual Cornhole Tournament presented by Miller Lite. There will be 2 divisions to compete in, the Advanced and the Competitive. Each division will have a doubles and a singles bracket. The total payout for the tournament will be $4,800. Hurry, space is limited. Sign up today by going to Eventbrite and searching Pitt County Pirate Club Cornhole Tournament or finding us on Facebook. Go Pirates!
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip? American Airlines has recently added more flights in and out of PGV. Book today and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines, now with more flights available at PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
Ahoy, mateys! To keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
There's no better time to drive away with a quality pre-owned car, truck, or SUV from Greenville Auto World. Greenville Auto World is your authorized rough country dealer. We specialize in lift and leveling kits along with custom wheel packages. Whether you're looking for ground clearance or enhancing the appearance of your vehicle, trust our team for your off-road experience. Greenville Auto World, 3840 South Charles Boulevard across from Hardee's at Bell's Fork, or online at greenvilleautoworld.net.
University PC Care has been the Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. Your office deserves a proactive tech support approach instead of always reacting to issues after the damage is done. You need BizCare. BizCare tech support and cybersecurity plans keep you ahead of potential issues and much safer from cyber threats like ransomware. What's at your office? Call William today to schedule your free BizCare consultation or learn more at universitypccare.com.
Hi, this is Jason Shepard with The Place, located on the Washington waterfront. The Place is not just a restaurant anymore. We are now the place for great food, great drinks, and great entertainment for all ages. We have karaoke Wednesday night, shag night Thursday, and live music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as well as a great patio to enjoy the beautiful weather. Be sure to check out our Facebook page for all the latest information. The Place is located on Main Street on the Washington waterfront in historic downtown Washington. I look forward to seeing you at The Place.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is proud ECU graduate and former baseball player Brandon Manning inviting you to join my team at Farm Bureau Insurance. Right now is a good time to review your coverage with a local trusted agent like me. I will make myself available before or after business hours, and my clients always have my cell phone number if they need anything. From home, auto, or life, give me a call today and let's talk about your insurance coverage and about the Pirates. Call 531-1812 and go Pirates!
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, W224EI Greenville, WDLX Washington, and W281CH Washington. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Greenville Utilities Neighbor to Neighbor program provides help for those who need temporary assistance with their utility costs. You can make a difference. Your tax-deductible donation can be added to your GUC bill each month, or you can make a one-time donation, and GUC will match all donations up to $20,000 each year. Consider helping a neighbor with GUC's Neighbor to Neighbor program. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, back with you. Busy hour 2, busy show today on Pirate Radio Live. We've got Mike Maniscalco on deck, big man on campus, Jeff Nadu in the hole. And also batting later on in the program. Troy D will be here in the 5 o'clock hour. We'll talk to Malcolm Gray live in Clearwater, Florida. Ronnie Woodward joins us now. First time he has been on Pirate Radio Live since becoming a father. Ronnie, I was in dad mode yesterday. I cut the grass and watched a lot of golf. I've never felt more like a dad. How's your first week of fatherhood gone?
It has been good. It's been up and down for sure. As you know, I cut the grass the other day too. I don't know if I can tell you which day probably, but one of the last few days I was able to do that. We've had some family in town, which has helped. Sarah's mom and my mom and whatnot have been great. Sent me a really cool text in there tonight, so I'll send you a shout out as well about how cool fatherhood can be. And you were right. So yeah, it's awesome. And it doesn't matter like what part of the day you sleep, if that's from like 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock or 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. or whatever it is. Get your sleep in when you can.
Did Annie get a hold of the phone? Ronnie, are you still with us?
I'm here.
Okay, all right. You kind of faded off there for a moment.
Oh, my fault.
How's Sarah doing? Is she that's the most important thing here, not you. How's your wife doing?
That's true. She's good. She's good. She was a beast in the labor and delivery room. She did great. So some recovery this week for sure, but yeah, she's doing really well, and we're figuring it out.
Figuring it out. There you go. It's a.
So I've told Igo for sure. It's a whole new world in that labor and delivery room. It's hard to describe, but yeah, you'll do whatever you can possible to get that child out and healthy and the whole deal. So yeah, I've prepped him a little bit. So I think his world's going to get rocked a little bit the same way that mine was about a week ago. But it's been awesome.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that one to you, Ronnie. And I remember saying, like, right after, well, even like during it, that moment, those moments, and afterwards, like, I'll never, just anything my wife asked me to do from here on out, I'll do it. And
yes.
I need to remember my time in that delivery room so I can be a better husband, because you really do feel like, you're doing zero of the work. And you feel this way, you'll feel this way too. Like when your kid gets sick, you wish you were sick, and you kind of felt that way in the delivery room, right? That you were kind of wish you could do some of the work that your wife was doing there.
Yeah, it was wild. I will say, Sarah will probably kill me for saying this, but we laugh about it now. The first time I got thrown up on was not by Annie. That would be by Sarah.
Oh.
That was one of the many moments.
Wow.
Like, hey, I'm going to get sick. And I'm like, okay, let me grab a trash can. And mostly trash can, also me. Like, all right, let's do this. So, yeah. That and the reality of, like, when you hear about the chairs.
Oh, yeah.
Which, again, males cannot complain at all. But the chair situation is no lie. Like, you get that little chair in the corner. Like, might recline, might not. Mine didn't for a while until they switched one out. And, yeah, it's...
I told you that walk out of the hospital is so awesome, but you've never respected your couch and bed as much as you do leaving that hospital.
That is very true. They do not care about the guy in any way. And they shouldn't. Like
right.
I said, they should not care when you get in that room. You're just kind of an accessory to help out. And you just sleep when you want or how you can. But as long as mom and baby are healthy, which happened for us, which was good. We had some moments, but we got through it. And, that was all that mattered. So we're at home.
Got a Shark Tank idea, Ronnie, we can go in on, the dad chair, and we mass produce them and sell them to hospitals for dads overnight during the waiting during the labor and then after the child is born. What do you think?
Yeah. So I caught myself, and luckily Sarah was really cool about it, but the second room we were at, like right before we left, we were literally like the last hour. Like we had the checkout papers ready and like getting stuff wrapped up, and I was like, hey, I'm going to sit on the edge of her bed here. And I sat down, and it started vibrating. And I was like, what is that? And she's like, oh, yeah, this thing vibrates, like, different parts, like, throughout, constantly.
Oh, wow.
I was like, yeah, like, she was in, like, a sharper image bed, And I was like, man, that stinks. And she just kind of gave me the look. And I'm like, you know what? Like, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm good with that little chair in the corner. Like, you have the vibrating, like, bed, like, good. But, yeah, they hooked her up, man. Like, Trident was, the second room was like this nice, comfortable. Do you get the sharper image reference, by the way?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
You ever been to the mall? Okay.
Yeah, all the weird products they have in there. Yeah.
Yeah, like, it was legit. I was like, man, this is awesome. And she kind of like, yeah, what I've been through the last 2 days wasn't awesome. So, I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're right. But that was a funny moment. Yeah, the chair discrepancy is definitely a real thing, but is laughable at this point.
How much Pirate baseball were you able to keep an eye on Thursday, Ronnie, where things went great for the Pirates? They won, Tulane lost, and then things did not go so well for the Pirates on Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, unfortunately, I meant to I did turn on the second game Thursday and watched a little bit. And yeah, it was one of those moments where days were running together where I saw on Twitter just at one point on my phone, like, oh yeah, ECU's playing today, like, must be Friday. And I was like, nope, it's Thursday. So yeah, that was the day we got home, actually, that afternoon. I turned on and watched a few innings, got sidetracked and whatnot, so would be lying if I say I watched a lot. And actually I watched a decent amount of Friday, but that was the game that didn't go well, so I kind of checked out of that one for the most part. Because, yeah, it just wasn't kind of entertaining during the late innings. But I watched some here and there, but certainly not enough to, like, evaluate or get a good grasp on the series, other than they did their job Thursday, which is, not surprising, I guess, but clinching that first kind of night and getting that done with, kind of, right? Didn't they clinch Thursday night, or did it end up being Friday?
Yeah, they won 2 on Thursday to clinch it.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was the key. And honestly, I mean, it's kind of cliche, but, you almost expected Friday there was going to be some type of kind of letdown, or not that they didn't want to win, but just, it's natural for any sport or team when you clinch something like that, especially the 4-game series and how long the season's kind of been. They, deserve that. They won their 2 games Thursday. They did some scoreboard watching. They got some help. They won the regular season. I think I told you last week or a few weeks ago. I mean, honestly, not that I want to just kind of slight the conference tournament anyway, because I think there's some importance for seeding and stuff, but them wrapping up the regular season, in my opinion, sealed a regional host. What happens kind of from here, what other teams do, or whatever might determine if they're an 8 seed, 9 seed, 10 seed, 11, 12, wherever. But that was the key, was not finishing in second place. I think they would have finished in second place. That would have been a black eye to some extent if Tulane ended up winning the conference. So wrapping that up the first day, I think they're safe, and it showed a little bit during the weekend. But again, some of that is natural, and you kind of got to catch them or give them a little bit of a break for that.
Ronnie, you're going to go with Tyler Smith on Tuesday to take on the Memphis Tigers. What do you think about that move to pitch Smith? And then you kind of got Gavin for your next game, which potentially could be on Thursday if you win, Wednesday if you lose.
Yeah, I like that. I'm glad you said that, because I didn't know that piece of information, obviously, because I've been kind of distracted. But yeah, my first reaction is I like it, because I was looking at the bracket a little bit last night, while I was on the couch, like overnight duty. If you win Tuesday and Thursday, you can kind of get to the weekend and kind of get through the thing without having to burn through pitching. And that's what always scares me. We've talked about it. And I think Cliff Godwin's been, kind of honest. I listened to y'all when he was on last week.
Yeah.
When you drop into the loser's bracket, it just gets messy. And, and do you want to use the heck out of Cam Colmore and Matt Bridges and all your starters and all that a week early? I mean, you know how I am with this stuff. It's like, do you want to win a regional or do you want to win a conference tournament? Any coach is going to tell you a regional, So, yeah, I think winning Tuesday, if you have to do it without your best guys, ideally, at the bullpen and stuff, or one of them, you get to Thursday, you hope Gavin pitches well, and if you win Tuesday and Thursday in relatively, light form as far as using a bunch of guys, then you're in good shape. Because the end goal, to me at least, is you got to set yourself up to be ready for a regional and have guys ready. So, not saying you just completely punt and go 0 for 2 and out, but, kind of balance it. I don't know exactly what that balance is, but yeah, I mean, Gavin pitching Thursday makes a lot of sense to me. You try and win that game and get as much rest as you can between games, if that makes sense.
Ronnie Woodward joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Ronnie says he likes ECU standing no matter what happens here. They're going to be playing in Greenville. They're going to be playing in front of a lot more fans than they have all year. That's exciting, Ronnie. I don't know if you've been able to how much sports you've been able to watch, but with the golf on Sunday, with the crowd around Phil, Madison Square Garden rocking on Sunday night for the Knicks. We've seen PNC Arena and these some of these Stanley Cup playoff arenas rocking. It makes me excited for what Clark LeClaire could look like a couple weekends from now.
Yeah, definitely. And look, that's an advantage. I remember the couple of times in post games of the 2019 regional where players and Coach Godwin referenced, like, they don't make that run 4 wins in 3 days or whatever it was without being at home and having that home crowd really kind of push their momentum and adrenaline and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's a huge advantage for ECU. A school like ECU that has that kind of atmosphere and it's so baseball oriented, it certainly doesn't hurt. I think it's a plus. So yeah, I'm with you there. By the way, I noticed this on the golf yesterday. I know what you're talking about with the Mickelson thing. I was trying to explain to Sarah because she was watching it too. I've never seen that, like pre-COVID. Like, no,
it looked like fans had breached security ropes and everything.
Yeah. Like, she was like, "Why are they doing that?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I've never seen fans like Mickelson. Literally was like the wrestler Sting, like coming through like the crowd. You know what I'm saying?" Like,
well, Brooks Koepka complained afterwards because he had, I guess, knee surgery recently, and he said his knee kept getting bumped a little bit, and he was he actually complained about it. How many fans were out there around him?
That was like, just COVID aside, I thought that was really weird that like Mickelson could barely get on the green, and when he finally broke through the crowd, everybody went nuts.
Yeah,
he made it through. Yeah, it was odd. I don't know, just a random thing. But I thought they've always had ropes lined up.
Yeah, they have one little skinny rope, and it's like an agreement that, hey, you're not going to cross this rope, and if you do, there's nothing we can do about it. So just don't do it, please. Yeah. So
it was interesting, but I was into it. I was rooting on Phil. That's really cool. Because in the '90s and we were growing up, he was so good, but he was always going to be second best. So it's cool to kind of let him have this moment at this point because he always had to play in Tiger's shadow forever. No matter what he could do, he was never going to be good enough. Assuming this is probably his last kind of final big moment, that was neat for him to kind of put it together for 4 days.
Ronnie Woodward joining us. Ronnie, we'll let you get back to fatherhood and also taking care of the wife there as well. Thanks for joining us today. We'll hope to get you back in studio here in a couple weeks and talk some postseason baseball with you.
For sure. Yeah, I'm going to lay low hopefully most of the rest of this week and hopefully be back on full force by Sunday or by this weekend is my general plan. So we'll probably be limited tweeting, if not any, the next few days still, but hopefully I'm back in full force and I'll be ready for a regional.
Good stuff.
Plan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
All right, Ronnie. Congrats, man, to you and your family, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Later on, there's Ronnie Woodward from the Daily Reflector, new father. Congratulations to he and his wife Sarah on the birth of Annie. All right, when we return, we will talk to Mike Maniscalco. He is the play-by-play voice of the Carolina Hurricanes. Boy, what a frustrating Game 3 and 4 for Carolina. What a long Game 3 and 4 for Carolina. Double OT in both. They lose both. How do they turn it around for Game 5 at home coming up on Tuesday night? We'll talk about it with Mike Maniscalco when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
The only way to top a sub is with real red wine vinegar made from red grapes and no food coloring. And the only way to get it is at Jersey Mike's, because authentic ingredients make a sub above. Jersey Mike's crew doesn't just walk right in and make a sub. We're there early, slicing veggies, baking bread, grilling bacon. Then we walk right in and make a sub, because freshly prepared ingredients make a sub above.
If you wake up in the morning with a backache, feeling more tired than you did when you went to bed, you probably need a new mattress. And the best place to get that mattress is Factory Mattress. Hi, I'm Kirk Smith, General Manager. For more than 40 years, Factory Mattress has been Greenville and Wilson's local mattress dealer. We guarantee the lowest price on the area's best selection with over 50 models to choose from. No seconds or overruns. Factory Mattress offers only first quality direct from the manufacturer. Sealy Posturepedic, Beauty Rest, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic. The most highly trained sales associates with over 60 years of combined experience. Same as cash financing with 0 interest up to 48 months and free local delivery. Face it, to have a good day, you've got to have a good night. So sleep better knowing you saved money at Factory Mattress, locally owned on Greenville Boulevard in Greenville, on Forest Hills Road in Wilson, on the web at factorymattressusa.com, and a proud member of Pirates Supporting Pirates.
What's the big deal?
Where can you get pizza, bread twists, specialty chicken, and more for just $5.99 each?
Is it at Domino's?
He hands off hand-tossed pizza and a marble cookie brownie. He's going!
There's a lot of variety on the radio and at Domino's too, where you can
mix and match 2 or more. $5.99 each at Domino's.
2-item minimum. Pan pizza, bone-in wings, and bread bowls will be extra. Ask for this limited time offer. Prices, participation, delivery area, and charges may vary.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Nat Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
What the heck was that?
There goes Chuck from Naughty Dog again, so pumped about the awesome things at Naughty Dog, he runs around town screaming with excitement. Naughty Dog releases 2 to 3 beers every month, has food trucks every Friday and Saturday, wine specials every Wednesday, plenty of indoor and outdoor space to enjoy, beers to go with curbside pickup, and just launched the new Koozie Club. Be sure to ask about that on your next visit. Naughty Dog Brewing Company on Main Street in downtown Winterville, and be sure to follow Naughty Dog on Facebook and Instagram.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is Coach Gary Overton, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. Come out to Granger Stadium this season and cheer on your Down East Wood Ducks. Get your tickets now at woodducksbaseball.com or call 686-5164. We'll see you at Granger Stadium for Wood Ducks baseball all season long. Go Woodies! Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
Got a good day baseball game going on. The Rays scored 2 in the top of the 10th. And Marcus Semien just hit a 2-run home run in the bottom of the 10th, 7-7. Blue Jays and Rays are going to play forever. And we're watching here in the Pirate Radio studios. At least I am. What are you guys doing back there behind the scenes?
Producing the show.
Chandler?
Doing the same.
That's all you're doing. Your eyeballs aren't wandering at all, looking at other stuff.
Making graphics for guests.
So you're working. You're putting the work in on a Monday.
Yeah.
Shirley?
Yeah, I mean, I check Twitter because, I have to keep up with, like, late-breaking news and whatnot. But
work with the best crew in the business here. No goofing off.
We call it research.
All right, let's head back out to the Fixed NC live line and talk to Mike Maniscalco, the play-by-play voice of the Carolina Hurricanes. Man, what a series this has been. Canes go up 2-0. Nashville wins in double OT in Game 3. They do the same in Game 4. We are all knotted up heading to a pivotal Game 5 coming up Tuesday night. Mike Maniscalco will be on the call with Trip Tracy on Bally Sports, and he joins us here on the Fixed NC Live Line. Mike, how you doing today?
I'm doing great, Clip. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and thanks for joining us on your day off. You need a day off, Mike, after what transpired on Friday night and on Sunday. A couple of double overtime, heart-pumping games, both not going the way of the Hurricanes. But, man, Mike, what's it like to be to be a part of those kinds of games where it's sudden death there in OT and you're calling all the action? Well, what's that like?
It's great, it's what you dream of when you want to have this job, that you get those moments and get games like that. And I'm fine. Thanks for the concern, though, Clip. But I'm not Brett Pesci or Brady Shea playing about 41 minutes in these games. It's a little bit easier for me just to call it and see what's going on. But it's great because you understand, like, every rush up the ice. This could be it, and you want to strike that balance of not being too overboard, but also at the same time not being too casual. And that's the great thing about hockey. Once you get to the overtime sessions, that everybody gets on the edge of their seat, and that you can bring it to them with how the goals go. Unfortunately for the Hurricanes, the bounces didn't go their way in Game 3 and Game 4, but I think that any team would take going on the road and having a chance to win both games by going to double overtime, especially when the Canes don't have their best defenseman in the lineup in Jacob Slavin. Although, the way Brett Pesci has been playing, I might have to back off of that comment a little bit with what he's been able to do in this playoff series. But, the Canes go into Nashville. They were up 2-0. They head back to Raleigh, and it's, the old adage, Clip, a series doesn't start until the home team loses, and now a best-of-7 series is just a best-of-3, and the Canes still have home ice advantage. So it's been great to bring those games. I absolutely love it. I love the tension of it, and much like Willy Wonka, I hope it lasts, because it's unbearable. It's one of those great things. So,
Mike, how about the goaltending in the game, especially on Sunday with Saros on the Nashville side, but Alex Nedeljkovic and the job he did on Sunday, just tremendous. And it's a shame that one of those goaltenders had to lose on Sunday because they both put on a show.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. I know that when people hear that cliche, they might roll their eyes at a little bit, Clip, but it's true. Both goaltenders deserve to get a win. That's one of those games back in the old day. If it's a tie, you're happy with it because the goalies earned that. Nobody should get an L on their register because of it. But for Nedeljkovic, while he might not have faced the bulk of shots that Saros faced, he faced so many quality chances and breakaway opportunities. And I know that that's something that the Canes as a team want to work on, and they want to lessen that as Game 5 approaches us tomorrow. But for Saros, he's been steady, and he's really been the rock for that team, a big reason why Nashville is in the playoffs right now. And you can go back to late March and the run that UC Saros went on in the Nets for John Hines' team. If he sees it, he's going to stop it. That's the the mode he's in right now. So it's important for the Canes to get traffic in front of them. I don't think either goaltender is in either team's head, but I do think that both goaltenders have the players in front of them, their teammates, with full confidence, knowing, if there is a breakdown, this guy's behind us and they're going to bail us out. So it's been a fun matchup to call. And the funny thing is that at the start of the season, if you told anyone the Hurricanes and Predators would play in the playoffs, and it's going to be Alex Nedeljkovic and Jussi Saro stealing the show in the nets, I don't think anybody would have believed you with Peter Mrazek and Pekka Rinne as the two goaltenders who are the headliners. But, these guys, this to me, the playoffs should, at some point for guys who've never starred in it or have been the guy, be a little bit nerve-wracking for them. And, I mean, this to them is like a stroll along the waterfront. They're totally calm with what they have to do. They haven't let anything rattle them. And even if they've let in a goal that maybe they felt they shouldn't have, they come right back mentally tough and have made huge saves. And I lost count yesterday of the 10 Bell saves that Nedeljkovic made. They were just, he was exactly what the Hurricanes needed to give them a chance to come back to Raleigh up in the series. So, he did his part, and we'll see who starts tomorrow for Rod Brind'Amour. I'd be surprised if it isn't Alex Nedeljkovic, but yeah, the goaltending has quietly been the story of the series for both sides.
Mike Maniscalco joining us. Mike, you touched on it there at the end. I was going to ask about Peter Mrazek, and there are different, philosophies on how many goaltenders to use during the playoff run. We saw the Canes kind of go back and forth a couple years ago during their playoff run. So at some point this postseason, you do expect to see Mrazek, but right now Ned's the guy. Is that kind of how you look at it?
Yeah, that's how I'm looking at it, and I think that's how the team does. And this is one of these things where no matter what the Hurricanes do, as long as you win, it's not the wrong answer. That's almost everything in sports. You're only second-guessed if you lose. If you win, it's the right thing to do. But for the Canes, what they've done, and as you mentioned, Clip, it's not just this year, it's what they've done before. They've had a goalie rotation, and they use it in the playoffs. And some people would kind of think that that's odd, but that's what this team has done. The goaltenders are accustomed to it, so even if Alex Nedeljkovic comes out of a game, I don't think that it's going to be anything that affects him. Rod Brind'Amour, in fact, today said that he's been great. If they go to a different goaltender, it's no bearing on what Alex Nedeljkovic has done or hasn't done in the nets for the team. So I think the longer the postseason goes on, yes, the more apt we're going to be to see Peter Mrazek play. Or, and don't forget James Reimer, who had 15 wins this season with the Carolina Hurricanes and was really good against Nashville in Nashville. I just put that out there because I think whatever card the coaching staff wants to play with the goaltending, it's the right one. If they want to keep going to Alex Nedeljkovic, he's shown them that he can handle this playoff pressure, and if they want to go someplace else, they've done it for a few years now, and it's worked for this team. So it's, while giving you a non-answer, that's the answer. It's whatever you want to do. Is whatever they want to do has been the right move for this organization. I don't think it should be second-guessed when you get to it. That's just because of the evidence is in the past and what you go with. Of course, if they don't win, that's when we get to and from my days in the talk show chair, Clip, it's when we get to second-guess everything when it doesn't go right.
Exactly. Yeah, you're exactly right. Mike Maniscalco joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Mike, I saw a lot of people comment yesterday that it was the day sports returned, that, the day sports got back to normal with the scene down at the PGA Championship, with Madison Square Garden rocking, with the Knicks playing. It was a rowdy scene yesterday at Bridgestone for the Predators home game against the Canes, but I kind of felt that way last Monday, and I was watching on TV. I was jealous of all my friends who were at PNC Arena, but man, the barn was hopping on Monday, and same can be said for Wednesday, and it's going to be that way on Tuesday night as well, no doubt about it. But what was that like, Mike, being in that arena for the return, the full return of the Caniacs there last Monday and Wednesday?
It's funny you say full return, and it was only 12,000.
True.
I honestly, I can't imagine what that building, if it could get louder, if you put in the other almost 7,000 seats that are available for a capacity PNC Arena. But it was great, Clip. It really was. And for me, it had been so long since there had really been a fully live crowd, like where you had 10,000 plus people in the building, and you don't realize what an impact it has on everything, what it has on the players, what it has on the game, what it has on the people calling the game and bringing it to you. It's that extra bolt of energy. It's the only way you can explain it. And it was fantastic to have that back in the building And I only compare it to when the Canes got back to the playoffs 2 years ago, and that game number 3, the first time that playoff hockey had been back in Carolina since 2009, when the Canes took on the Caps in that game 3. And even though they were down 0-2, that building was alive, and the Hurricanes fed off of it. And that was the same feeling that I had on Monday and Wednesday at PNC Arena. And I imagine it's the same feeling that the Predators had on Friday and Sunday with they got to go over 10,000 people. They had 12,000 plus in the stands. So it matters. You know, it is something where we try to put things that you can't really measure into words. But for me, I can measure it as there was just electricity in the building that had been missing for a long time for sports. And as you mentioned, across platforms, to see it in the NBA, to see it at the PGA Championship, you know, it's one of those things you look up and it looks odd for a minute, and that feeling, you know, that feeling of comfort comes over you. You're like, yeah, this is how this is supposed to be. So, to give the long answer to a really good question, it was great to be a part of it and to remember, oh yeah, this is what this is supposed to be like.
Mike Maniscalco joining us. Mike, before we let you go, give me a key or two for Tuesday night. As you said, you'd take it every time. Canes right there in the game with a chance to win in overtime on two road appearances against a really tough team in Nashville. They didn't get those wins, so what do they do to get the W in Game 5 coming up on Tuesday night at 8 o'clock?
I can keep it really simple, and it's going to be kind of coach speak, but they have to play a north-south game, you know, not get too cute, not get too caught up in the fact that, you know, maybe the first shot or two doesn't go in, but they've got to get pucks behind the defensemen for the Nashville Predators and go in and get them. That's when the Canes are at their best, when they're forcing the other team's defense on their heels, going and picking up the puck, getting a forecheck, and just grinding down the opposition. And then special teams, it's so huge in the postseason. You know, when you get 3 or 4 power plays, you have to find a way to score a goal in the playoffs if you've got the man advantage. And their penalty kill has been absolutely brilliant in this series. I know that they've given up 2 power play goals the last 2 games, but the one is a 5-on-3, and there's really nothing you can do about it. You know, the puck just squirts behind Alex Nedeljkovic, and it's swept in, and then the other one is a great deflection yesterday by Nick Cousins. So you look at what the special teams has to do. 5-on-5 is so tight that when you get that break with a power play, you have to find a way to convert, and then you draw energy off of it. And those are really the simple things that if the Canes do that, and, you know, again, that's what they did in Nashville. They really did all of those things, although yesterday they didn't get the power play goal. And, you know, you can point to that being the difference for, you know, Nashville gets the win in double overtime again. But whenever you push the home team in a playoff series to 2 overtimes as the road team, I don't care if you're the 1 seed or whatever comes into it, you give yourself a chance to win that game. And the Canes walked out of it. I don't think that, and go back and listen to what any of the players had to say or go back and read what they had to say, I don't think that they're frustrated with how they played. I think they're frustrated with the result because they played well enough to come back to Raleigh to at least be up 3-1, and they know that, and they know how well they played in this building here. So I think everybody's looking forward to them turning the ship back in the right way and taking the series lead tomorrow night, and cannot wait to get to it.
Mike Maniscalco, voice of the Canes. Mike, really enjoy your calls. You do a great job, and you get paid to hang out with Trip Tracy. So you're living right, Mike.
I am literally, Clip, living the dream. That is what I'm doing.
Mike, thanks for joining us. We'll talk to you again soon.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Mike Maniscalco joining us on the Fixed NC live line. He'll be on the call with Trip Tracy coming up Tuesday night on Bally Sports, Chandler, as we really enjoy some Bally Sports around here. Games tonight, Islanders Penguins. That series tied at 2 games apiece. Games apiece, that's coming up 7 o'clock, NBC Sports Network. Maple Leafs and Canadiens on the NHL Network. That series tied at 1 game apiece. It is the Lightning leading the Panthers 3-1. And that game 5 tonight, 8 o'clock on CNBC. NBC Sports Network, Oilers at Jets. And the Jets going for the sweep in that series. The Wild and Knights will play with the Wild trying to stay alive, down 3-1. That's on CNBC at 10:30. So you got a lot of hockey action tonight. Hurricanes returning to the ice 8 o'clock on Tuesday. And boy, a late night face-off on Thursday night, 9:30. Hurricanes and Predators coming up on NBC Sports Network on Thursday night. All right, we'll take a time out. Come back. We will talk about what's going on tonight in NBA playoff action, also Major League Baseball, and more. The big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, has some plays for you, and he'll share them when we return on Pirate Radio Live after this.
If you love the food at Villa Verde, and hey, who doesn't? Now Villa Verde makes it even easier for you to order takeout. Tell us about it, Jay.
If you go to myvillaverde.com, you can order online, and we'll have it ready for you to go. Plus, you can pick it up at either one of our locations. No waiting in line to pay, and no waiting at all. Just pick it up and go. With online ordering from myvillaverde.com or from our mobile app, plus even from our Facebook page. Villa Verde, now with 2 Greenville locations to serve you. Villa Verde, a platform for good.
Hey, Troy D here with my good friend Kelvin Rawls from Pest Tech. Kelvin, I just want to thank you and Chris and all the great folks at Pest Tech for such awesome service. You totally eliminated the mosquitoes in my backyard, plus the fire ant problem I was having in the yard.
Hey, you're certainly welcome, Troy. I have heard the same thing from all of our customers through the year of COVID. With everyone being home, they want to enjoy the outside and being mosquito, fire ant, and pest free.
Enjoy all your property from the kitchen to the curb. Visit pesttechofgreenville.com today for complete service.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Sam Jones, and we're open and here to serve you with some of the best whole hog barbecue, chicken, turkey, ribs, and homemade sides every day for lunch and dinner. There are 3 easy ways to enjoy Sam Jones barbecue. Swing by our drive-thru window or try one of our 2 curbside takeout options by calling in your order at 689-6997 or ordering online at samjonesbbq.com. We love Eastern North Carolina, and we invite you to come by and enjoy some great tasting Sam Jones barbecue today.
In a world of fake profiles, fake tans, and fake flavors, naturally flavored Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer strives for realness. It's USDA certified organic, with no sugar or carbs, and only 80 calories. So the only thing touching your taste buds is organic, refreshing, and delicious. Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, as real as it tastes. Enjoy responsibly, not a low-calorie food. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Organic Seltzer, IRC Beer, St. Louis, Missouri 63118.
With rates being historically low, now is the best time to buy or refinance your home. This is Talbot Green with Angel Oak Home Loans. Now is the time to take advantage of the opportunity to buy more home or refinance your current mortgage. The combination of our local team's experience and Angel Oak's wide offerings of products from standard conventional, government, and portfolio loans has something for most financial situations. For more information, call Talbot Green, Joanne Weir, or Wanda Hager at 751-2060.
NMLS 1719250 and 685-842. Equal housing lender.
Come into CPW's today and take a ride with them on their Road Food Tour Seafood Edition. Make plans this month for a pit stop at CPW's and enjoy some of the best dishes the road has to offer. Start off with a rich and creamy bowl of she crab soup or the Bamonte scallops and pancetta. Try these great dishes and more this month at CPW's. And make sure to join CPW's on Tuesdays for date night. CPW's, Stanton Square across from the hospital in Greenville.
Have you ever seen those exotic aquariums like the guys do in Las Vegas on television? You ever thought about having one of these aquariums in your business? It's more affordable than you think. This is Hal Pruitt with rentafishtank.com. We can make having an aquarium in your business turnkey with no work, cleaning, or hassles for you. Rentafishtank.com creates a relaxing atmosphere and keeps children occupied. Rentafishtank.com already services many dental, pediatric, and doctor offices, plus hospitals and senior living centers. Check us out at rentafishtank.com.
Warren's Hot Dog Pizza, homemade lemonade.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Warren's Hot Dogs, 2 locations are open for business in Greenville and Chocowinity. Both locations have drive-through windows, so stop by today for hot dogs, pizzas, subs, apple and peach turnovers, homemade lemonade, and breakfast in Chocowinity, featuring homemade cheese, ham, and chicken biscuits, plus sausage dogs and more. Warren's in Greenville, across from Ron Ayers Motorsports, and in Chocowinity next to the fire department. Warren's Hot Dogs. Want some? Get some.
Pirate Radio.
All of our last names are ECU.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Tommy's Express Car Wash. Come experience the difference at Tommy's. Now open at the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road. Doesn't your car deserve it? Visit Tommy's Express Car Wash today. Now back to the show.
Welcome back. For the latest breaking news, interesting stories, and awesome contests that can make you a winner, be sure to follow Pirate Radio on our social media. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at PR927FM. You can follow us on Twitter at FreePR927FM. Join the close to 50,000 followers today. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here is your host, Clip Rock.
All right, one more segment here in hour number 2 of today's show before we turn it over to hour 3, where we will make you a winner and open up the Pirate Radio booty bag. Troy D will be to my left, and Malcolm Gray will join us on the Fixed NC Live line. Talk more Pirate Baseball, AAC baseball tournament beginning on Tuesday. All right, we will now head out to the Fixed NC Live line and talk to the host of the Sit Down, a mob podcast. He is also red hot right now, making picks, and you can follow him on Twitter at JeffNADU. He'll throw out some free plays, and he'll give us a few plays now. The big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. Jeff, how you doing today, man?
Pretty good, Clip. Thanks for having me, as always.
Yes, sir. And like I said, you've been hot, and trying to keep that going tonight in the NBA playoffs. Let's get your take on what went down over the weekend. We'll start with your Sixers. Didn't get the cover, but picked up the win. And Jeff, we've seen a lot of upsets, if you want to call them that, in these NBA playoffs already. We've seen a lot of underdogs cover. We've seen some win outright. So just winning is a good thing. How do you feel about your Sixers with the 1-0 series lead?
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I don't think they're going to have much trouble in this series. It looks like as if they kind of kept Washington at arm's length. I mean, the game got close. They struggled in the first half, but ultimately they had a big third quarter and propelled it to a solid victory. They had some things they need to clean up. Obviously, Joel Embiid kind of was on the bench a lot of the game with foul trouble. That second foul was just horrific. Officiating was very poor in that game yesterday on both sides. They didn't shoot the 3-ball real well in the first half. So, I think ultimately if you had the 7.5, 8, that's kind of a rough beat. Probably should have hit that. But, yeah, I would be very surprised if Washington win a game. I don't think it'll happen.
Big man, earlier today, Chandler and I were talking about that uncomfortable feeling when you pick an underdog and you just got to roll with it. And we were on the right side of some of those this weekend with Portland, with Atlanta. I know you were on those. You were also on the Grizzlies, and I was on the opposite side there with Utah. I felt good when they were up 14, and then the rest of the game was awful. But Jeff, we were on the Grizzlies Friday night. Good point, Chandler. Jeff, you've gone with the dogs here a lot throughout the beginning of this playoffs, and you're going to continue that. Heat +5 tonight, Portland +1.5. Both teams on the road coming up in game 2s.
Yeah, you look when it comes to the first game. I actually played Milwaukee. I laid the 4.5. I got a good number. Didn't really want to go above that, but it was a bizarre night the other night for both teams. And when you look at kind of the particulars, Clip, on the game, Miami lost the game by 2, and keep in mind, they scored 45 more points from the three-point line than Milwaukee did. You really probably shouldn't lose those kind of games. Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo looked, I thought, pretty kind of. I think they're going to struggle in this series. The length seems to bother them. Bam didn't look himself. And I know a lot of people just say, well, I mean, they'll get it figured out in game 2. And this is not a team that's particularly strong offensively. They were 25th in the league this year in points per game. This team struggled to make threes, which is kind of their calling card. They shot 53-point attempts. They made 20 of them. They seem to be just fanatical on playing Trevor Ariza over Tyler Hero, which I don't necessarily understand. I think you're going to have to get some offense out of him tonight, whether with Hero. I know you're giving up some defensively, but I don't know. And I look at the other side. Milwaukee owned the glass. I don't think Giannis played his typical kind of high-level game. I thought they didn't shoot the ball well, 5 for 31 from 3. I just think they're the better team. I think they'll have a bit more of a complete game tonight and shoot the ball a little bit better, Milwaukee, and kind of pull away and win this one by 7 to 10 points.
You like the Bucks? How about in the nightcap, Jeff? It's tough to see the Nuggets losing 2 at home to start the series, but man, it was It was Dame time the other night. I had his props. I had the Blazers live. Ended up taking them. I know you like Portland in this series, but what about Game 2 tonight in Denver?
Yeah, I went with the over. I'll continue to say that if these totals are going to sit in the mid-220s, I'm going to bet them. I got 226.5. I think 227 is okay as well. These are two really efficient teams, both high-level offenses, and two defenses that I'm particularly not high on, especially Portland. Denver just doesn't. The problem they have this year is they pretty much have to go with Porter. Last year they can kind of mask him a little bit defensively, but he's what they have. And while you get really good offense, you get little to no defense. I'm not quite sure why these totals are 226, 227. They can't stop Jokic, Portland, and I don't think Denver can stop Portland in general. So, yeah, I'm going to gladly lean over the total. I think you continue to probably ride Denver first quarter overs. This one came in the first game. Last season in the bubble, they were very good in the first quarter going over. Seemed like every game was 36-32 or something. You have a first quarter over tonight at 58.5. I think Denver's going to come out hot. Portland's always good offensively, so I expect points here.
Well, I got you, Jeff. We'll talk to you later in the week, but want to get your take on what's coming up on Tuesday. The Nets are 9.5-point home favorites against the Celtics, 227. The total, lower total in Lakers Suns, 208, with the Lakers a favorite in this game. And I guess that's due, Jeff, to the Chris Paul injury. And then you got the Clippers -6 against the Mavs. I know you were on the Mavs. You liked them in the series, or at least to put up a fight against the Clippers. There's another underdog you had over the weekend, total of 216. How about the Game 2s coming up on Tuesday night with the Nets, Celtics, Lakers, Suns, Mavericks, Clippers?
Yeah, I would be surprised if Boston win a game. Obviously, they're big dogs. I'm not going to really get involved much in that series. I think the Lakers... I think if they lose this game, the series is over. I mean, that's pretty much normal in these series if you get down 2-0. The offense looked pitiful. Phoenix really get going defensively, which is good to see. I thought the crowd was great down in that area. It's a flip. I lean Lakers just because I'd expect them to bounce back offensively, but this seems like a old school NBA series, low scoring, first to 100 win. So I don't know how low you could put these unders. I don't know if you can list them low enough. 208 even might be too high. Dallas and LA. This is one I bet on Saturday night right after the game ended. I took the Clippers in this game. I don't think the Clippers just couldn't make shots the other night. They just couldn't. I mean, I don't think we see as much Reggie Jackson. I think they start going to Kennard more or someone else. They need to get more offense out of that position off the bench outside of Jackson. They were just kind of, I thought, a little unlucky in the game. No one really out. I don't think Jalen Brunson gets in close to 20 again. I just think a lot of things will figure themselves out. I think the Clippers, all in all, played okay for given the circumstance. They were up with like 4 or 5 minutes to go. So I think we see a much better effort out of the Clippers tomorrow. I think they kind of do what the Mavs did in Game 1 and win this by double digits. I'm going to lean on the Clippers to bounce back in a big way. And we're already seeing this one shaded to 118, so this is going to go up to 6.5. It's only a matter of when.
Talking NBA playoffs with the big man on campus, Jeff Nadu, and you can check him out every day on YouTube, right? The Pickwise betting hour. Jeff, you got that rolling, right?
Yeah, we're there every day, 12 o'clock Eastern, bringing on various different handicappers around the NBA that cap the series and cap everything. We go through each game, and it's just a nice little primer each day to get you ready, and we continue to kind of grow the viewers on it. Clip, I will throw out quickly. I don't know if you're going to get to baseball.
Yeah, I am, because your guy's on the mound tonight, and we got the game right here on Pirate Radio. I got to talk about John Means.
Yeah, I think you kind of know where I'm going here, and it's another pretty good matchup. I will go first 5, though. I'm going to stick with that here on out. I laid, I think, 115 here. I have no problem with it, especially in the case that it's a tie. Keep in mind, I think when John Means' first 5, when they're facing a lefty, is a must-bet. Matt Shoemaker sucks. He's had a tough season. He's been bad in the month of May. I think they'll get to him a little bit. I'll gladly take Means if these prices continue to be laid out. I'm going to go first 5. Don't really worry about the bullpens, but I back Means literally every start this year. Not going to stop.
Yeah, O's Twins tonight. You can hear it here on Pirate Radio, 7:45 first pitch time, and we'll have that for you tonight on our airwaves. Anything else in Major League Baseball tonight, Jeff?
No, just kind of running with that. As I've said, I think August I'll probably get in late July, start getting into the MLB after the All-Star break a little bit more. But I've just been kind of finding these spots I like. I will also say I actually kind of like the Indians tonight. Turnbull coming off a no-hitter. I always look to fade those kind of guys. So I'm not a big Indian guy. I think this team's pretty bad. They're kind of priced sometimes like they're that old team with Lindor and others. But I kind of like them tonight. I always kind of look. It didn't really matter to Means, though. He pitched really well always. But I kind of like maybe fading him here. Turnbull.
Big man, let's how about a little soccer before we let you go? Swansea City, 1 win away from returning to the Premier League. They are pretty big underdogs against Brentford. That's coming up Saturday, 10 a.m., the championship playoff final. And Brentford minus 113, Swans are plus 333. And that one, I know you won with the Swans late last week, right?
I did. I actually took Brentford as well over the weekend against Bournemouth. Were really good. Obviously, they kind of pelted Bournemouth after the red card. Look, Ivan Toney's really good for Brentford. I really like this club. We haven't seen Brentford up at the top tier for a while. They're on the precipice of possibly doing that. Look, they're the best offensive group going forward in the championship. You obviously put them right up there with Norwich and Bournemouth. Swansea, as you know, a little bit more defensive minded, a little bit more tactical. They're going to kind of want to be a group that win 1-0. It's kind of clashing styles. Brentford want to play fast, go up and down. They want 2-3 goals each game, and they're going to win a lot of 3-1, 2-1 type of matches. It's really going to be tactical. Swansea, I know, have, I believe, some injury issues, but, up front, I like them as well. I use terrific. He's obviously played at the high levels before. That group, a great fan base in Wales, they want to get back to it. I'm guessing a lot of English teams don't necessarily love the Welsh teams in just because it's a far travel, but it's going to be a great match. I'm going to lean on, I think this goes to extra time. I'm going to maybe look towards 1-1. I think it goes into extra time, and we'll get a winner. I don't know if I'm going to try to pick it, but what'd you say? I haven't seen the line. What'd you say the line was?
Brentford minus 113, Swansea plus 333. A draw would be 228, plus 228.
Yeah, definitely shading towards a 1-1 type of match, man. It's so tough because there's such clashes in styles. I'm gonna lean on. You know what? I'll lean with Brentford. I think they're just better. I hate to say it, Clip. I'm sorry, but I'll always, in this new kind of age in sports, I'll always almost now go with the better offensive club.
Yeah,
and I think Brentford is that.
How about the Champions League final, big man? Manchester City a favorite over Chelsea coming up on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm not going to be betting against City. Absolutely not. Could Chelsea do it? Sure. I'm not a big. I don't really like any of the London clubs, to be real frank with you. I've liked kind of over the years City becoming relevant again, getting new owners, and obviously Liverpool doing what they've done. I've always kind of had a niche towards liking the northern clubs a little bit more. So yeah, I'm going to lean towards City. I think they've been the best team for a lot of years, outside of maybe one in the Premier League and in world football, frankly. So I think Pep and the boys get it done. I won't be looking any other way.
Jeff Nadu joining us. Jeff, we'll check in with you later this week, talk more NBA playoffs with you and more. Appreciate you joining us on the show today, and we'll talk again soon, man.
One thing, Clip, as well, I know I'm trying to grow this. Go check out the sit down. It's really gaining a lot of steam right now. We're getting famous listeners every week all of a sudden. Even I'm sure you listen to it, and you're famous in my eyes, Clip. So if you're down in the North Carolina area, not a ton of Cosa Nostra organized crime down in North Carolina, but you can learn about others. We're doing a great show this week on a guy called Joe Messino. He was pretty integral in the Donnie Brasco situation, which is one of the most embarrassing things that ever happened to the mob. We talked about it in depth. Joe Messino, Clip, went from being a lunch truck operator, he was 300 pounds, to the boss of the Bonanno crime family and really the last don of the American mob in the 90s and 2000s. So make sure you check it out. It's a great show.
Big fan of the Mafia movies, and big fan of the podcast as well. Check out The Sit Down with Jeff Nadu. Jeff, enjoyed it, man. We'll talk again later this week.
Thanks, Clip, as always. Appreciate you.
All right, there is Jeff Nadu joining us on a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. Great night of Stanley Cup playoffs, NBA playoffs, Major League Baseball going on this Monday. We will talk some Pirate baseball in hour 3 as Troy D will join me inside the Pirate Radio studios, and we will go out live to Clearwater, Florida, and talk to Malcolm Gray, find out what he and the team are up to this afternoon as they prepare for the Memphis Tigers coming up on Tuesday in round 1 of the AAC baseball tournament. It's all ahead on hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. We're back with you after this.
In studio with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys are expanding and growing.
Yeah, we sure are. One of the things that a lot of people don't know is that we actually have a pediatric practice as well. It's called Kinetic Pediatric Therapy. We've got speech, physical, and occupational therapy there just for kids. If you're concerned about your child's development or just want to make sure they're on track, you can bring them in for a screen. If they need evaluation, we're able to do that and help them continue to develop. For more information, you can visit us at kptkids.com or give us a call, 689-6043.
Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone.
The convenience of Pitt Greenville Airport is waiting just outside your front door. Service is back, so you're connected to destinations worldwide through flights from American Airlines. Plan your next trip. Book your flights today at flypgv.com or aa.com.
Ready to travel and take a trip? American Airlines has recently added more flights in and out of PGV. Book today and enjoy the friendly convenience of flying from your local airport. American Airlines, now with more flights available at PGV. Book today at aa.com. PGV, where the pirates fly.
I can't think of anyone who doesn't love a clean car, but how often do you actually go to the car wash? Does it take too long, or maybe it's just not a very nice place? Tommy's Express changes everything. Our wash is bright, inviting, clean, and fast.
I love the flat conveyor belt. So easy to pull onto, much smoother ride, and safer for my car.
And when you join Tommy Club, you can wash as often as you like for one low monthly price.
I save money and time.
We're Tommy's Express.
Tommy's Express Wash, now open on the corner of Greenville Boulevard and Red Banks Road in Greenville.
At US Cellular, we see our customers as more than just customers. They're neighbors. When you switch to US Cellular, you can get the new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G for free with no hidden requirements. As a neighbor, you deserve it. US Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
This is Brandon Tate, owner and operator of Atlantic Wireless, an authorized agent for US Cellular since 1997. Visit atlanticwireless.com to find the store near you. We go beyond the call.
You know, texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information. Yet most people admit to doing it anyway. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no problem people. Information provided by Virginia Tech Transportation Institute.
This is Jeff Gibson with Town Insurance in Greenville. Call me today at 756-8300. Go Pirates!
North Carolina State Parks is proud to announce that they have partnered with the Hometown Strong program. Our visitor centers are now equipped with public Wi-Fi to help kids with school. Remote learning has become a critical public health measure in maintaining social distance and continuing to educate our young people. Take advantage of Wi-Fi and a hike at Goose Creek State Park or a day trip to the beach and access remote learning at Fort Macon State Park. For more information, visit hometownstrong.nc.gov.
If you are push mowing your yard using an inefficient lawn tractor, or your current zero-turn spends more time in the shop than mowing your grass, it's time you look at a Hustler zero-turn lawnmower. Residential mowers from Hustler are built like tanks and drive like sports cars. All Hustler mowers have fabricated, welded steel decks. Don't settle on cheap units with flimsy stamped decks from big box stores. Come see Ronnie's Motorsports. It will guide you to the right mower for your property and your budget. Find us at Ronnie's Motorsports, Highway 11 north of the airport in Greenville.
This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. University PC Care has been Pirate Nation's go-to IT expert since 2006. University PC Care are the local tech support experts for any business need. Let University PC Care take care of it so you can take care of business. Visit universitypccare.com to learn more today. Now let's head back into Pirate Radio Live. Here is your host, Clip Barat.
Alrighty, hour 3 on this Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. We'll talk some ECU baseball this hour and head down to Clearwater, Florida. Malcolm Gray going to join us on the Fixed NC Live line. Troy D here inside the Pirate Radio studios. Troy, how are you?
Doing good, Clip. How are you?
I am fantastic.
Last Monday of May.
That it is.
Wait. Is it the last Monday of May? Or is next Monday?
That it is Monday. Not.
Oh, that's
there is
true.
One more. This is our last Monday show in May.
This is our last Monday show in May. I should clarify.
You know what? You are such
I wanted to fact check myself on that clip.
You're such a calendar guy and obsessed with the dates.
I knew this is the last Monday we will be together.
I assumed you'd be right. I should not have said.
Memorial Day, we won't be here.
That is right.
Yeah.
So
I'm doing good, Clip. Doing great.
June is right there.
It's amazing. 5 months in.
It's in reach.
Boom. By the next time we do a show together on a Monday, it'll be June. Halfway through the year. Can you believe it?
I cannot.
Time is flying.
Cannot believe it.
How about Phil Mickelson, my man? Was that not awesome?
I got locked in.
I got to tell you, I'm not a golf nut when it comes to watching on TV. But on the big ones, I'll get sucked in, especially if there's a storyline like Tiger's playing or Mickelson's playing, one of the guys everybody knows and loves. And I got to tell you, I love the fact that Mickelson pulled this thing off. I said it on my Twitter page. 50 is the new 30.
Yeah.
It's like me going out there winning it, Clip.
Kinda, yeah. And hearing Vern on the call. Vern Lundquist.
God, this does just make you feel good.
We will. We'll hear that.
Yeah, we're gonna play that for you if you missed it.
So a lot of feel coming up.
They stormed the fairway.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say a young Troy D would have been. Hell, an old Troy D would have been right in the middle of that.
I could have seen that.
And Kayla,
yeah.
Guys touching his golf ball. It was crazy. Did you see all the wild stuff?
Yeah, golf fans are a different breed.
Pat him on the back. It was just all over him.
Shirley?
Oh, I had nothing to say about golf. I just saw something on Twitter that might be interesting, but other than that, I don't.
What did you see?
Is it urgent or is this a tease?
No, it's not urgent, and it's not a tease.
I was gonna say we can save it as part of the show.
No, I mean you can talk to Malcolm. You can talk to Malcolm about it coming up after the break. But D1 Baseball has released their most recent projections as far as regional opponents, and they have East Carolina as the 10 seed, but the 1 seed in the Greenville Regional, along with South Carolina, Duke, and Wofford.
Yeah. Possible.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, all right, I can see that.
We'll run over some options.
It's not ridiculous.
With Malcolm Gray, who will join us live from Clearwater coming up in just a few minutes. And we will open up the Pirate Radio booty bag on this edition of Pirate Radio Live.
Second last Monday in May, Clip, we found out.
That it is. We will take a time out, come back, and have it for you after this.
Do you suffer from pain, anxiety, or sleeping issues? Eastern Healthcare has a solution for you. Eastern Healthcare is the premier CBD store with retailer quality products to help with any ailment you might have. They carry nationally recognized brands such as Curative's Delta 8, CBD Distillery, and Charlotte's Web with a wide variety of delivery systems.
This is Adam from Eastern Healthcare. Come visit our store at 2245 Stannisburg Road across from Vidant Hospital or call 227-4199. Eastern Healthcare. Wellness starts here.
Hey Pirate fans, it's time to get that yard done right with the new John Deere mower from Quality Equipment. Our premium lawn care lineup is what every homeowner needs this spring. A John Deere will change the way you mow with easy-to-use attachments, effortless steering, and intuitive controls. Right now, save up to $700 on X300, X500, and X700 series mowers. Learn more at QualityEquip.com and get quality done right. Offer ends 10/29/21. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Ahoy
Hey, mateys, to keep those cars clean, you need the Pirates Cove Fast Pass.
Greenville's original express car wash is now offering a fast pass for as low as $19.99. That's one pass, 4 locations, and unlimited washes. Visit us in Greenville on Fire Tower Road, Memorial Drive, and East 10th Street, and also in New Bern on Glen Burnie Road. And by popular demand, Pirates Cove on Fire Tower Road is now offering interior cleaning.
So we have you surrounded. Pirates Cove, the official car wash partner of ECU Athletics.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 for the Golf Shop Radio Show, presented by GolfKnickers.com, the world's leader in traditional golf apparel. Hosts Mark Greenhelch and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
I'm Michael Vaughn with East Coast Grading and Utilities. Many of you know my dad, David Vaughn, and his work in putting in subdivisions all over Pirate Nation. But East Coast Grading and Utilities is not just for those type of big jobs. We're here for the homeowners. Whether it's concrete, driveways, hauling rock, or sand, whatever you need, East Coast Grading and Utilities can get the job done. Call us at 252-531-7494 or check us out on Facebook at East Coast Grading and Utilities.
Hey, Pirate Nation, Big Ed Watkins here from Ed Watkins Marine. You use the internet to shop for clothes to cars, so why not use it to shop for boats? Get your best price now at Ed Watkins Marine. We are located in Lake Norman, but we will deliver anywhere in North Carolina, from offshore center consoles and bass boats to just cruising or fishing the lakes of the intercoastal waterways. We have something for everyone. Go online now at Ed Watkins Marine and see our selection. Stick with a pirate and shop Ed Watkins Marine for all your next boats.
Hi, this is Jason Shepard with The Place, located on the Washington waterfront. The Place is not just a restaurant anymore. We are now the place for great food, great drinks, and great entertainment for all ages. We have karaoke Wednesday night, shag night Thursday, and live music Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, as well as a great patio to enjoy the beautiful weather. Be sure to check out our Facebook page for all the latest information. The Place is located on Main Street on the Washington waterfront in historic downtown Washington. I look forward to seeing you at The Place.
Hi, I'm Annalie Newhoff.
And I'm Rob Campbell.
And we are with CopyPro. We have been locally owned and operated here in Eastern North Carolina for almost 50 years. CopyPro is the leader in office technology.
Does your business struggle with keeping printing costs low or producing professional documents? Here at CopyPro, total customer satisfaction is our #1 priority.
We have a variety of solutions to help reduce your printing expenses and make your business more productive. Call us today at 1-800-682-6558 or online at copypro.net.
CopyPro, we are the professional office systems people.
This is Coach Donnie Kirkpatrick, the office coordinator for ECU football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Orthopedics East and Sports Medicine Center of Greenville's new extended care clinic is now open Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m., so you can avoid the emergency department for any urgent orthopedics care. For more information, call 757-2663 or visit orthoeast.com. Orthopedics East, providing services to Eastern North Carolina and the Pirate Nation for more than 35 years. Now let's head back in to PRL. Here's Clip Brock.
All right, Shirley Rhodes, the Bud Light ECU Report is brought to you by Bud Light. It reminds Pirate fans to always stay in the game, drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Clip Brock here, Troy D alongside, and we'll talk some Pirate baseball now with Malcolm Gray, who joins us on the Fixed NC Live line, live in Clearwater, Florida, where the Pirates are set to take on Memphis coming up on Tuesday in round 1 of the American Baseball Championships. And Malcolm, welcome to the show. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, Cliff. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, and thank you, Malcolm. And Cliff Godwin said earlier today, no beach for the Pirates until they win a game. How about you, Malcolm? Are you enjoying the beach?
You stole my question. I was going to say, does that apply to staff personnel too? Are you included in that, Malcolm?
I apologize for asking that and not letting Troy ask that question for some reason.
No, I've yet to hit the beach so far. Obviously Mondays are a very long day for me, especially when you play Thursday, Friday, Saturday series, and then I flew down on Sunday yesterday. So I was with the team out at the stadium earlier today through the 1 hour practice that they got, and I've been working on my stuff, getting things ready. Obviously, the All Conference Awards came out, so Monday's a really big day. So I just kind of stay in the hotel room and keep the sliding glass door open so I can feel the good breeze and get to smell the salt from the water. But other than that, I haven't had a chance to make it. But if after we win tomorrow, then yes, I will definitely be walking on the beach, doing something on the beach. There's no doubt about it.
And I guess the team has been busy enough that it's not a problem right now. But does that apply to the coaches and everybody? I was just curious. Do you know?
I do not know. I would venture to say that the coaches will probably do the same thing. It's one of those things, you got to lead by example, and that's the way Cliff's always been. So I venture to say it might be for them as well. Now, when Cliff says no beach time or anything like that, that doesn't mean that the guys, they have like a 4-hour break, before they have to have dinner and stuff like that. So they're able to go get lunch and hang out with family members and stuff like that, walk up and down and go shopping and things like that. But I think, probably Cliff more than anything is, you don't want them to go out in the, on the beach. The sun will drain, absolutely drain every bit of energy you have. We play 12:30, 12:45 tomorrow, so you want to make sure that you're ready to go for the opener, which is a huge game for us.
That is a good point, Malcolm. I mean, I can attest that this weekend. I was on the beach and I felt physically exhausted by the end of Saturday.
Yeah, he'll definitely take it out to me, no doubt about it. I'm a big dude, and when I get out there, first of all, it's not pretty. Second of all, yes, I get very drained as well.
Clip, doing nothing sometimes is very exhausting work.
I can attest to that. Malcolm, Cliff Godwin says he's going to go with Tyler Smith coming up Tuesday against Memphis. What does that mean for the rest of the rotation with Gavin Williams, Carson Wisenhunt moving forward on into the rest of the week?
We are going to go with Tyler Smith. There is no pitch count, so we're going to go with him as long as we possibly can. Good thing about it is we have a relatively fresh bullpen from the South Florida series, so. I know going into the last week, Cliff was always talking about, I'm not worried about the conference tournament. If I have to bullpen it on Tuesday, that's what I'll do. We'll figure that out when time comes. Well, now time is here, and so we're going to go with Tyler Smith. What you hope is that he gets you 5 innings, and then that way you don't have to use too many arms out of the bullpen on tomorrow, and figure a way to get the final 4 innings, the final 12 outs, and then, have a day off and on Wednesday and then come back. And if that's the way everything holds out, I see Gavin Williams probably starting Thursday. Go ahead and get him his start, and then he'll be on a plus an additional day's rest for when regional time starts the following week. So I think that's the way it's going. And then game 3 for us probably be Carson, and then kind of figure it out from there, who's pitched, who hasn't, and things like that.
Malcolm Gray joined us from ECU Athletics. He's the media director for the baseball program. Once again, Pirates start conference play on Tuesday afternoon. We got a Facebook question from a Priority One listener, John Moody. I think I know the answer to this. I'm going to ask you, Malcolm. My answer is no, but I'll see if I'm right or if I'm wrong. He wants you to answer if ESPN or the NCAA gives schools the bracket an hour or two ahead of time. I assume he's talking about the NCAA bracket, an hour or two ahead of time in order to make graphics for social media, or do you find out when everyone else does? I assume you find out when everyone else does, and y'all just make it as quick as you can.
That's true. The only individuals who typically have known early in the past, and Cliff's one of those that he doesn't want to know. He wants to see the live when the players see it and everybody else. In J.J. McLam, who's our regional rep, who deals with all the regionals and stuff. Good thing about it, this year we already know we're hosting a regional. Now, they might not tell them ahead of time, him or the ticketing people, hey, look, this is who you got coming. You're hosting, this is who you got coming. So this year might be a little different. Nobody at ECU might not know until it's actually shown on the big screens when we're all watching it together. So, but in the past, yes, some people have known, but they keep it tight-lipped until it's announced, because you like to see the enjoyment on the kids' faces, and like who's coming to your place or where you're going and that kind of stuff. And I know Cliff's definitely that way as well.
Yeah, and as you know, it's so easy to get leaked out nowadays in the world of Twitter and Facebook and everything else that too many people find out. It's hard to keep it under wraps. So we'll find out, and you guys will find out basically when everyone else does, which will come out again Monday, correct? Is it Monday at noon? Next Monday?
Monday at noon, yes, that is correct. So what they'll do is, on Sunday, they're going to announce the 16 host sites, and then what they'll do is they'll announce on Monday the field of 64 and what national seeds. It looks like they are going to do national seeds now, because that's kind of what they did with softball's championships. So then they'll announce the national seeds, and you'll have your regular tournament bracket, and it looks like if you're the one seed, the overall one number national seed, and your 16 seed, looks like you two will be paired up from if they're going to do the same thing as what softball did, and that's how they set it up this year.
And obviously still some games to play with this conference tournament, but the big tournament coming up next week. If you've watched all these games, Malcolm, and you're very familiar with the college baseball world, who would you put in the Greenville Regional if you had to predict it right now?
Well, that's a really good question. It just depends on, honestly, for me, I think it depends on if South Carolina can jump in there or Charlotte jump in there and get one of the other regional host sites. If neither one of them get it, then you're looking at probably a loaded bracket to the point where you're probably going to have someone from Virginia coming as a 2 seed, like a Virginia Tech or Virginia, assuming Virginia makes it. You could have South Carolina coming as a 2 or 3 seed. You could have NC State coming as a 2 or 3 seed. Your 4 seed will be someone who will probably drive here. The NCAA really doesn't like taking 4 seeds and flying them somewhere, because there's so many, especially on the East Coast, typically there's a lot of spots where they can go. So a Norfolk State could probably come as a 4 seed, and if that happens, that might take away another Virginia team. So you could have, a South Carolina and NC State as one is a 2, the other's a 3. So, I kind of look at that kind of combination. You always have like an ODU could come, a VCU could come here as well, a Liberty could come. So there's a lot of regional teams. It just depends on who gets that, the 16 seeds and or 16 host sites, and who's going to come to Greenville. That's the way I look at it.
Now, I got the order form from the Pirate Club today, so ECU starting to sell tickets for the regional. Am I correct that the stadium will be fully open now?
From everything that I have heard, yes. The NCAA, they even actually tweeted something out, I believe, Saturday, from with an Omaha graphic saying Omaha will be open for full business this year. So obviously, if they're doing that for the College World Series for the 25,000 fans that they have there, every regional can be full capacity if your state allows it. And North Carolina does allow it and will allow it. So therefore, if we are one of the 16, from what I understand, we should be full board and full go on that. The last I heard.
Well, that's great news. I know a lot of Pirate fans will be excited to hear that. Still be a hot ticket, even because what's capacity? Let's say even standing room. Let's say we pack out the jungle like the good old days. What do you think we can get 6,000 in there, Malcolm?
The capacity is 5,000, and that's with jungle and everything. I think we have 2,800 to 3,000 seats, and then the remainder will be jungle from left field to right field. We have had bigger crowds than that in the past, but I think what we put in bid-wise, like we've always done, is 5,000, and I think that's probably what it's going to be this year. If, again, we are 100% full board and going and allowing everybody in.
Malcolm Gray joining us. Malcolm, how about ECU sweeping the awards today? It was announced a couple hours ago. Cliff Godwin, Conference Coach of the Year. Connor Norby, Conference Player of the Year. Gavin Williams, Conference Pitcher of the Year. The only snub that a lot of people were discussing was Thomas Francisco not being on the first team all-conference, but being on the second team all-conference. Maybe that'll give him motivation to hit even better than 375, which he batted this year. He was incredible. But a huge day for the Pirates, racking up the awards.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm very privy to that. They let us know a day in advance so we can get all of our social media and things ready. And And yeah, I mean, obviously, with what Coach Godwin's been able to do this year, to be honest with you, any coach could have gotten it because navigating through COVID has been so difficult. But obviously, Coach Godwin, winning a second consecutive regular season title with 20 wins, which ties the record for most wins in a conference season. Everything he's been able to do. Connor Norby has just been, I mean, he's been lights out. He's been the best player in the conference, and he's actually one of the best players in the nation, which is the reason why him and Gavin were both named for the Dick Hauser semifinals awards. And then you look at what Gavin's done this year. He's, 9-0. He's won his last 9 starts. I mean, he ends up winning the Triple Crown for the regular season, which is an ERA of a 1.48, 9 wins, and he went 9-0 and 98 strikeouts, almost had 100 strikeouts. And this is a kid who pitched into the 7th inning maybe twice, if that. So that just tells you how dominant he's been. And every game pretty much he pitched in, I think the team's averaging between 9.5 to 11.5 runs. He had 3 games in conference that, we run ruled the other team. So that means beating the other team by 10 runs. So, those 3 winning it, I thought that was a no-brainer, going in before we came down to here. With Francisco, I'm kind of disappointed with that as well. I mean, obviously the coaches vote on this, and he was nominated as a first baseman. And, I looked at the numbers between the 2 guys. Francisco has more hits, better batting average, but he doesn't have as many doubles, doesn't have as many RBIs, doesn't have as many home runs. And when I say as many, that's like 1 to 2 in each category. So, and then, unfortunately, Thomas didn't have a really great weekend this past weekend, and it might be one of those things that the last thing that they saw, I mean, the coaches looking at box scores and stats, that was it. I mean, he had 2 hits, 3 hits this entire weekend at South Florida, so maybe that had something to do with it. But, I'm also really encouraged that Josh Moylan got first team as a DH. That's what he was nominated for. That kid has played his rear end off. And then, you look at Agnos and War, what they've been able to do in conference play. Cam Colmore closing out his 5th year, with 6 wins, a 1.5 ERA, something like that, 2 saves, as being the relief pitcher on the second team. In the past, they've always named 2 or 3 relief pitchers. This year, they only did 1 on each, and that's saying that he is one of the best 2 relievers in the league. And I think that was absolutely great.
Malcolm Gray joining us on the Fixed NC Live line. I talked about tickets a moment ago before we let you go, Malcolm, and I don't think you addressed this. Do you know how many tickets? Kenny is asking how many tickets we required to allot for opponents in a regional.
That I do not know. That's definitely above my pay grade. I do not know what that is. In the past, it's been somewhere, like around 100 tickets, and things like that, maybe even 200. But whatever we allot into the teams, if they are not being used, then all of a sudden they go back into the East Carolina pool, and then we can turn right around and have another sale for tickets, whether it's single games only. That's a ticketing and Ryan Robinson and all them work dealing and working with that. But I do know whatever tickets are not used by other teams, that they do go back to the host school, and that host school can do what they want to with those tickets, meaning resell them to get more Pirate fans in and things like that.
And I'll get an answer for you on clip that. I'm going to be talking to Ryan this week, so I'll get to confirm. That sounds about right, Malcolm, as far as the amount. But we'll see if anything changed this year as far as opponent tickets. Yeah, good stuff, man. Enjoy your time down there.
Dog would know. Yeah, well, I'm going to try to. Like I said, I've still got about another hour or two's worth of work, and then I'm going to I might stroll on the beach. I got a couple meetings that I got to do virtually, and then it's dinner time, and it's getting ready for tomorrow. Pirates suited up, like I said, around 12:45. It's going to be 47 minutes after the first game ends, and so it could be early if it's a quick game. It could be a little later. So Pirate fans just need to make sure they tune into all of our social media channels, and we'll let you guys know, all the media know, once we know a hard time, so that way fans can gather around with TVs and watch it and have a couple Pirate beverages as ECU plays.
And once again, format double elimination like in the past?
Yes, sir, that is correct, yeah. So four games tomorrow. Winners tomorrow will take Wednesday off. Losers will have to play Wednesday, and then the winners will have to play Thursday. So, yeah, it's 4 games, then it's 2 games starting at 3 on Wednesday, 2 games starting at 3 on Thursday, 2 games on Friday starting at 1, and then Saturday, whoever the undefeated teams are, they have to lose twice or they win one game, they automatically advance to the championship game. So, so it's double elimination.
All right. Good stuff. Malcolm, thanks so much for your time, man. Always great catching up with you, and we'll talk with you again soon.
Sounds good, guys. Thanks for having me on. You guys be good.
Malcolm Gray joining us on the Fixed NC Live Line, getting ready for the AAC Conference Tournament.
Good report there. Solid ECU report today, Clip.
We'll check in with Malcolm, Bailey, Corey Glore, everybody down in Clearwater throughout the week here on Pirate Radio Live, and keep you up to date on what's going on. We'll be able to recap the game tomorrow. It starts, I think, around 12:30, 12:45, yeah. So it'll end during our show, and we'll have a recap for you coming up on Tuesday.
It'll be the 10th inning.
That's right.
Clip Rock and Company.
Take your calls, 317-1250.
Extra innings.
Call in.
Here on Pirate Radio.
All right, we'll take a time out. Tell you what, Shirley, let's go ahead and make somebody a winner right about now.
Booty, 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 booty everywhere. Booty, 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 booty everywhere.
All right, let's start this Monday off with a bang and open up the booty bag. Shirley, what are we giving away?
A $40 gift card to Familia for caller number 12.
That's huge.
One of my favorite prizes.
317-1250. Amazing food at Familia. $40 to Familia can be yours if you are caller number 12.
That would get me about 3.5 cheese pizzas there. Because I get the small cheese pizza clip for like $12. It's a great deal. I mean, and they're small as big. You know what I'm talking about?
They also do a pizza of the week for $10, a large pizza.
Even better.
Yeah.
Good deal. What's the pizza this week, Gino?
I have not looked it up yet.
We can have that when we come back.
In the past, I've gotten the buffalo chicken and
I've heard you talk about that.
Sausage jalapeno was the last one I got. The pizza of the week at Familia, so check that out too. 317-1250. We'll be back. We'll talk Phil Mickelson and more on Pirate Radio Live after this.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Tom Brown from Brown & Wood Buick GMC Truck. We've been serving the Pirate Nation in Eastern North Carolina for 83 years. We have 4 brands, 3 generations, 2 showrooms, and 1 goal to make sure you leave a happy customer.
This month at Brown & Wood, get a 2021 Cadillac XT6 and save over $4,750. And as always, Brown & Wood is the home of the lifetime powertrain warranty.
We're located on Greenville Boulevard next to the Convention Center, or shop us online at brownandwoodauto.com.
The best place in Greenville to unwind after work and have fun is AJ McMurphy's. AJ's has daily food and drink specials and an awesome patio perfect for some outdoor dining. Stop by AJ's on Monday for open mic, music on the patio on Tuesday, sports trivia with me, Clip Brock, on Wednesdays, and music bingo on Thursday. AJ McMurphy's, Turnberry Square at Bells Fork, and on Facebook, Instagram, and Snapchat.
The Tauber River Bandits are back, and this year we'll have a full season, and all fans are welcome this year. Come watch some of the best collegiate baseball around with over 20 Division I players on this active roster looking to compete at a high level. We have a family-friendly atmosphere, awesome stadium, food and drink specials, plus the coldest beer on the East. Come do something different with the family this summer with the Tauber River Bandits. 29 home games to choose from. Tickets available at the gate or online at TarboroughRiverBandits.com.
If you have family coming over this summer, the last thing you want is your air conditioning to not keep the house cool. Face it, the only thing worse than an irritable mother-in-law is a sweaty mother-in-law. So call Delcor to get ready for summer. For a limited time, put no money down and get 12 months same as cash when replacing an HVAC system. Keep your mother-in-law cool. Everybody will thank you. Go to DelcorInc.com or call 252-321-8868. Delcor, the service professionals.
This is James Greenleaf, the General Manager of Delcor Heating, Coolant, and Plumbing. If you've been holding off on replacing your AC unit, I urge you to make that decision now. The factories have warned all their dealers that HVAC equipment delays will get worse as demand exceeds production capabilities this summer. Don't wait until the peak of the summer heat to get your equipment replaced. Let's get your home ready now. We have great financing options available, including same as cash, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Call Delcor at 321-8868 or visit us at DelcorInc.com. Delcor, the service professionals.
Okay, let's just try not to embarrass ourselves and everything will be fine.
Yeah, sure, totally. Is that a Pepsi Wild Cherry?
Oh, no. Please, not here. Not here.
Too late. You know something, Steve?
Flavor Mania's about to run wild.
Oh, not Flavor Mania.
Pepsi Wild Cherry's about to drop a flavor suplex right into your pie hole. It's gonna hit your taste buds with a top rope elbow of flavor. It's gonna be delicious. It's gonna be refreshing. It's gonna throw your wild cherry loving brain right through the announcer's table.
Oh, I can't take you anywhere.
Flavor Mania doesn't need your permission, Steve, because the world knows that nothing is gonna get between Pepsi Wild Cherry and that flavor championship belt. Are you ready to get wild?
Oh, please don't
Come
get
on,
wild.
Steve. I said, are you ready to get wild?
Seriously, does this always have to happen when you drink Pepsi Wild Cherry?
You better believe it, brother.
Pepsi Wild Cherry. Now available in zero sugar. That's what I like.
In studio today with Dr. Shondell Jones from Kinetic Physical Therapy. Dr. Jones, you guys can help people with any aches or pains.
Yep, we sure can. As it's getting warmer, we know more people are outside, wanting to be more active, and we know spring sports are in play as well. And so if you've got a knee or ankle injury, whether it's just a strain or a sprain, we've got specialists there to treat the weekend warrior and the athlete. For more information, visit us online at kptonline.com or call us at 364-2806.
This is Coach Blake Carroll, defense coordinator for East Carolina football, and you're listening to Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.
You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Taking a look at your stock market, it got off to a good start this week as the Dow was up 186 points. It closed at 34,393. NASDAQ was also up 190 points at 13,661, and the S&P was ahead 41 at 4,197. That's your Wells Fargo Advisors financial report. For a personal look into investing, call Wells Fargo Advisors today at 756-6900 in Greenville. Wells Fargo Advisors, LLC, member SIPC. And congratulations to Victor Long of Bethel. Picked up a $40 gift card to Familia. Get your sports weekend started at Familia every Thursday. They have $2 drafts all day. Stop by with your friends and family for some New York-style pizza and have an ice-cold $2 draft. Familia on Fire Tower Road near Pitt Community College and online at familianc.com. Now let's head back in to Pirate Radio Live. Here's your host, Clip Rock.
Alrighty, back with you on PRL here on a Monday.
Congratulations, Victor Long.
I thought you took that thing from him before he came in the studio.
Testing this to see how we can incorporate it.
Troy's got way too much energy.
I know. It's a short week. I've got to fire it up here. This Monday's my new Tuesday.
If I knew you had this much energy, I'd ask you to go 3 hours with me.
I know.
Rather than the one.
Yeah, I would have gone the distance.
All right. Troy, Phil Mickelson going the distance.
I know. How awesome. Seriously, I don't know anyone that I don't like Phil Mickelson. I mean, it seems like most people, he is a fan favorite, wouldn't you say?
Definitely.
Do you know anybody that doesn't like Mickelson?
Not off the top of my head.
Yeah, me neither. I mean, I'm just kind of, he seems like a nice guy for the most part. He's had his ups and downs, his challenges. And it's great to see. I mean, he's 50 years old, and he just won an extremely, that course is a hard course. Was as windy as it was?
One of the, if not the toughest, they call it.
It's impressive.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that kind of energized me. I liked his, did you see his, I retweeted his tweet. The interesting thing was, it wasn't from today. If I read this to you, you would think he put this out there today. Phil Mickelson said, I've failed many times in my life and career, and because of this, I've learned a lot. Instead of feeling defeated countless times, I've used it as fuel to drive me to work harder. So today, join me in accepting our failures. Let's use them to motivate us to work even harder. You would think that was something he put out there today as a way, hey, look, see, I've come back from failures. He tweeted that May 11th. How about that?
He worked harder, apparently, and got it done.
Yeah.
Over the weekend.
You know how they say a lot of times on Twitter, oh, that didn't age well. This aged well.
It did.
Like a fine wine, this tweet was.
Phil Mickelson getting it done yesterday, and I saw a great tweet out there that said last year's Peyton Manning, Tiger Woods golf win over Phil Mickelson and Tom Brady changed the course of sport for the next year.
I thought about that.
Old man Brady and old man Mickelson getting it done.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way,
don't count us geezers out yet. This might motivate me to dominate the senior games this year.
It could. You and AT get it going.
I got a buddy that looks like Mickelson too, so I've always been partial to Mickelson because he looks like my friend.
Did you text him after the
no, I didn't.
The event?
But I might.
Shirley, let's hear two legends, Phil Mickelson with the Chip and Vern Lundquist on the call on Sunday.
Well. Oh, my gracious.
And that's all Vern said, and that's all Vern had to say.
I saw that live, and it had the feeling when he hit that, and the crowd roared, I think, for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because it went on for a long time. When he hit that shot, he kind of had the feeling this is going to be his day right here. And anyone that's ever played golf knows how hard it is just to get it out of the bunker sometimes. Just to get it out onto the green is an accomplishment, I got to be honest, for the average duffer. You know, I've seen many people, myself included, take 2-3 shots to get out of the sand.
Or go sand to sand, hit it all the way on the other side. Yeah.
When he hit that, man, that was a special moment right there. You kind of had the feeling this could be his day.
And it was great to hear Vern on the call. And then Jim Nance, how would he wrap it up? What was his one-liner going to be?
And it's all improv, too.
Well,
I think he's off the cuff.
Really? How do you know that?
Yeah, he didn't know. I mean,
he didn't know. Mickelson was up like 8 shots.
I know, but I'm saying he didn't know the drama, how it was going to unfold.
He didn't need to say the line he said.
Well, maybe he had that in his back pocket, but still, it's the delivery clip, and the guy is... Jim Nance is to broadcasting what Mickelson was to golf yesterday.
Let's hear
Prove me wrong.
The final call from Jim Nance.
Biggest moment of a legendary career. Phil defeats Father Time.
There it is.
God, it gives me goosebumps.
Phil defeats Father Time.
Oh, what a special moment. Even if you don't like golf, you got to be impressed that this guy was able to do this.
I think he should have been a little more punny with it.
No, I don't know. I think that was great.
Do you feel
I
don't know.
The Mickelson.
Do you feel like
son.
we do? Yeah. Do you
feel the magic, son?
Filling it up.
Can you feel it now, Father Time?
We could do alternate endings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phil wins it. That's it.
Mickelson.
Right, let's play it one more time. Let's do it alternate. Hit it one more time, Shalisa.
The Jim Nance one?
Yeah, Jim Nance, yeah.
Biggest moment of a legendary career. Phil defeats
How does
Father
it feel?
Time.
Phil. Maybe not.
Fill her up. Mickelson bringing the gas.
Could have used them last week.
So yeah, it was a great moment. And
50's the new 30,
and the crowd was fantastic.
And the short phrases like that are usually the best ones. From Vern and from Jim.
Well, and I got the crowd makes a big difference. If this was last year and no one's on the course, still a great achievement. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it has the same effect and the same magic that this thing had. When the crowd just it totally, swarmed around him and was on the fairway. I mean, that's like it's the equivalent of, it looked like to me like back in the good old days when we were tearing down goalposts and fans were swarming on the field or on a basketball court after a big win. That's the equivalent of that in golf. I mean, I thought where fans were kind of following in and just kind of taking the course in many ways.
I found myself smiling ear to ear this weekend watching sports. I watched 3 different pro sports: hockey, basketball, and golf. And it was great to see the crowds again. Madison Square Garden was insane for the Knicks in the NBA playoffs. Obviously, the PGA Championship was awesome. And then the hockey atmosphere, especially last week with the Carolina Hurricanes, and then Nashville's got a good crowd as well. So it's just great to see it's sports again, because, it's not just sports when there's no fans. Fans are filling up stands again, and it's so great to see.
Mike on Facebook adding a Jim Nance-like ending. Oh, what a fill-in.
Very good, Mike.
That's good, Mike.
Mike's pretty good at those.
Hope I delivered that okay for you.
Josh has a good question.
What's that?
What is your golf handicap, Troy D?
Usually I walk with a slight limp, and that's about it.
That's a good one. I like that. I like that. That was good. Hit it.
Hit it.
That was good, Troy.
Thanks. That's after 18 holes. It gets a little sore,
I use 2 crutches, and
look, we've talked about this before. If I had time to play and I really loved the game and wanted to be out there all the time, I think I could be really good at it.
Which is
I only play like once or twice a year.
A crazy statement to make.
And I had someone actually confirm this for me. Someone that was in our group. We played in the Delcourt tournament to support Riley's Army, and someone in our group said actually. It might have been Tony Collins. He was like, "Yeah, man, you got some good. If you played more often, you'd be really good." I was like, "I know. I just don't have time to play, and I don't love it enough to make time to play. I'd just rather do other things with my time." I have no problem with guys that play golf every day. That's their thing. It's just not my thing. So I'm below average golfer.
So you're not going to tell us your handicap?
Oh, I mean, I'm probably what's par 70. I mean, if I could break 100, I'm happy. Okay. I'm lucky to break 100. So I'm usually 100 or over golfer.
Okay.
Chandler?
I don't know, probably 20.
I'm a 14.
Depending on the day, a 20 to 30 handicap,
I'm like a 14 or 15.
Yeah.
So that means you average that over par?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Okay.
So
yeah.
Not good, but also not bad.
That's pretty good to me, I think. I got to see that to believe it.
You need to recruit him to one of your Pirate Radio teams.
Yeah. That's pretty impressive. I don't know. Well, I have to see that.
Why are we supposed to trust you and you don't trust him?
Well, I'm not saying I'm great. I've told you my handicap's like 20 to 30.
Yeah, but it could be 40 to 50, but I believe you when you say it. Why do you not believe Chandler?
I didn't know you played that much.
I played a lot.
Look at his
last
shirt.
summer.
He's wearing a country club shirt. Is he a phony? He could be, but I think he knows what he's doing.
I mean, I love golf. It's something I grew up playing.
Oh, I did not know that about you. All right.
My grandfather.
Well, you thought his name was Chad for 4 years. You probably don't know a lot about him at all.
I learn new things about him every day. Intern Chad did a great job. Whatever happened to him?
Every now and then,
I'm still here, baby.
Every now and then, he taps you on the shoulder. He's like, "Hey, who's the other guy in there besides Shirley?"
It's a big organization.
Hell, last week,
a lot of people.
Last week at the staff meeting, I walked in. He said, "This is a staff meeting. Who are you?
Can I help you join a prize?"
I met someone at Morehead City, and we were talking about like what we did. I said I'm with Pirate. He's like, "Oh yeah, I love Pirate Radio. Behind UBE, right?" He's like, yeah. He's like, "My buddy such and such used to be there." I'm like, "Who?" He's like, "Such and such." It was like 5 years ago. I'm like, "Never heard of him."
You got the wrong place.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's like, "No, behind UBE, it's the speakers are on," and he's like, he loved the place. I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Speaking of the beach, Troy,
I was like, in my defense, I couldn't remember what I did 7 days ago, much less 7 years ago. So it's possible.
Got a text this weekend.
Oh,
with
yeah.
A couple of Pirate Radio indoor specials.
I sent you a text before I even authorized that picture to go public because I wasn't sure whether we were going to go public with this, but I got the green light from the big man, Bryce Williams.
Sure, you can put it on social media.
It looks like, and he doesn't, but the way the picture's taken, something in the back, it's that guy's neck. It kind of looks like he has like a mohawk mullet going.
It does. That's wild.
Which would be awesome.
Yeah. That is a wild. I did not notice that.
The mohawk mullet would look good on Bryce Williams.
But I did send you the text first.
Yeah.
Can you read it cleanly? Without
Pirate Radio Indoors is taking over the tackle box in AB, and Bryce made me take this pic. So bleep y'all. What do you mean?
Man,
I heard the talk about you. How many selfies did he take last time Bryce was on?
Oh yeah,
yeah. I heard that chatter.
Yeah, you take selfies at everything.
Yeah, doesn't mean I always share them. I document a lot.
So wait, so who are you making fun of? What do you?
It's not so much documenting as getting the perfect shot, because you can take one selfie and it's fine. No, you have to take 32 because the angle's wrong, or it's not high enough,
Yeah,
or your fingers in the camera when it's not in the camera.
or there's a button slightly askew.
All right,
You'd have to do it like 100 times before you get the right shot.
That could be partially true. But anyway, had a great time. Is this Pirate? Are we saving Pirate Radio Indoors for the next segment?
That's only when you're on Wednesdays.
Oh, or Thursdays, you mean?
No, Wednesdays. For Bryce.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, you have to ask him about it, because Bryce, not only was it one night, but it was 2 nights of Pirate Radio Indoors.
Is he a big endorsement?
With Troy D and Bryce Williams, Big Bryce.
Did you follow him around? Did you follow him around the whole weekend?
We did. It was totally random. Like so the first night I'm down at AB and it's Friday night. And I got my college roommate was visiting, so we were hanging out. So he hadn't been down to Atlantic Beach like since our college days, which is a long time ago. And so I'm just standing at the bar waiting to get an ice cold Bud Light or something. And I feel this guy I feel somebody grab my ear, tickle it. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I look back.
Don't like that.
Well, dang. It's Big Bryce with this big grin on his face.
Hey, man.
Howdy. First I look down and I see it I see his chest, and I got to look up to see who it was. And so it was Bryce with a bunch of former players and stuff, and a lot of good guys. So he was there. His fiance was there. So they were having a good time. We hung out for a while. And then the next night I came back, and we're like, it was kind of busy, so we didn't feel like going to Moorhead. We were like, let's just stay on the island. We ended up having a nice dinner, going back to the Tackle Box, which is a well-known bar at the Circle. And lo and behold, guess who I ran into again? Bryce and his band of bandits. His crew was with him again. This time without the fiance.
Oh, yeah.
So Bryce, now it's time to party.
So it was like restrictor plate racing Friday night. No restrictor plate Saturday night racing. And racing with no restrictor plate is a lot more fun to watch.
So that's why I didn't get a picture that night.
No picture that night, my friend.
All right.
But that was a fun night. So Bryce had a good time. So did I. We all had a good time. It was great to see. I met a lot of Pirates down there, by the way. AB loaded with ECU Pirate folks, which is great to see. But Pirate Radio Indoors, as we called it, was rocking.
We'll get an indoor and outdoor update with Bryce coming up on Wednesday.
He ain't going to tell you anything, but I will.
We'll see. Did no fishing or anything?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, he went out on the boat the day before.
But not you.
I did not go out on the boat with him. No.
Yeah.
I was on the beach.
There you go.
Yeah, but I'll hook up with him on the boat so we can have that. That'd be fun to go fishing with Bryce out there.
All right.
Yeah. I just have to ask his boss, his father-in-law.
That's an inside joke that Bryce doesn't like very much. All right, let's get our last break in. We will come back and get ready to wrap up a Monday edition of Pirate Radio Live. More to go when we return after this.
Hey Pirate fans, this is Cliff Godwin. Summer is here and I want to invite your son to attend Cliff Godwin Youth Camps. We will offer 3 sessions the weeks of June 28th, July 12th, and July 26th. All camps will be held at Clark LeClaire Stadium and campers will get baseball instruction from members of the 2021 ECU baseball team. Campers will also play games and each camp ends with our famous Pirate Slip and Slide. Full day and half day sessions are offered. For more information, visit cliffgodwinbaseballcamp.com. See you there. Go Pirates.
Hey Pirate Nation, this is Gray Williams from the Pitt County Pirate Club, inviting you to join us on Saturday, June 19th for our first annual Cornhole Tournament presented by Miller Lite. There will be 2 divisions to compete in, the Advanced and the Competitive. Each division will have a doubles and a singles bracket. The total payout for the tournament will be $4,800. Hurry, space is limited. Sign up today by going to Eventbrite and searching Pitt County Pirate Club Cornhole Tournament or finding us on Facebook. Go Pirates!
Guess what, Greenville? Calzones are back. Community Calzone is the only restaurant in town specializing in calzones. Choose from over 50 different calzones, or you design your own with unlimited options, including vegetarian. Community Calzone also features wings, huge salads, and more. Plus, they deliver to almost everywhere in Pitt County. Located on Greenville Boulevard next to Ashley Furniture Warehouse, they're open for lunch, dinner, and late night for dine-in, pickup, or delivery. It's Community Calzone.
You've worked hard to start your business and are working even harder to make it successful. That's when it's most important to have a community bank and a local banker in your corner. This is Eric Clark from Select Bank and Trust. Our team of local bankers care about you, our customer, and the communities in which we all live and serve together. As the business and economic conditions of 2020 threw you many curveballs, our team at Select Bank and Trust remains steadfast in being responsive to your ever-changing needs. In 2021, choose Select Bank and Trust. Bank local, bank select, member FDIC.
Here with Mike Mullis from Fixed NC. And Mike, you were telling me the other day, people ask you all the time, I didn't know you did that. What does that mean?
You know, anything that involves property damage repair, call us first. If it's your crawl space, you've got interior humidity issues, a water loss, your ice maker line breaks, obviously fire and smoke, everybody knows we do those. But anything that involves interior or exterior property damage, we're your repair experts.
Mike, how can everybody get in touch with you?
252-999-0001 or fixednc.com.
Fans, be sure to purchase your game day tickets in advance online at woodducksbaseball.com or by calling the team office at Granger Stadium. Ticket prices for Sunday through Thursday are just $7, and Friday and Saturday tickets are $12. To book your group tickets or purchase season tickets, call our front office at 252-686-5154. Book soon for the 2021 season. Opening day is right around the corner on May 11th. Go Woodies!
In studio today with Tony Edwards from AG Home Solutions. And Tony, you love to help people remodel spaces or even do new construction.
We do, and we also can help people find financing when they want to do projects like this. And so we partner with folks like Joey Barrow with Annie Mac Mortgage.
And Joey's in studio with us as well. And Joey, people have a lot of financing questions to be able to help reach the home of their dreams, whether it's remodel or new construction.
No matter how large or small the project may be, we have options for you. Even if you have credit concerns, we provide guidance to help you get the home of your dream or turn the home that you currently have into the home of your dream.
Joey, how can folks get up with you?
You can call us today at 917-8400, or you can go to our website at greenville.annie-mac.com.
And Tony, what about if people have renovation questions? How can they get up with AG Home Solutions?
You can contact us at 947-2526 or check out our website at aghomesolutions.com.
Thanks again to Tony Edwards from AG Home Solutions and Joey Barrow from Annie Mac Mortgage joining us today.
Pirate Radio.
We'll strap it on with anybody, anywhere. It doesn't matter. I know this. I want to win or lose with the group that we have in our locker room.
The voice of the Pirate Nation. You're listening to Hour 3 of Pirate Radio Live. This hour of PRL is brought to you by Bud Light, reminding Pirate fans to stay in the game and drink responsibly. Bud Light, the official beer of the ECU Pirates, and proudly distributed by Carolina Eagle Distributing since 1989. Now, back to the show.
Welcome back. Did you miss a show on Pirate Radio? Listen to all of Pirate Radio's archived local programming by subscribing to us on Apple Podcasts. Subscribe today by going to the podcast app on your iPhone or Apple device and search for Pirate Radio Audio Archives. Now let's head back into the show. Here's your host, Clip Brock.
All righty, back with you on Pirate Radio Live here on a Monday. We've got some great shows coming up later on this week. We'll talk a lot of Pirate baseball as ECU down in Clearwater for the AAC baseball tournament, and then after that it is a regional coming up at Clark LeClaire Stadium.
And Clip, this, we were talking about this in the break, this will be the first time we'll have a packed out stadium in a long time here in Greenville. And you saw what happened down in Kiowa with Phil Mickelson, and I mean it was incredible. The crowds are incredible, not a single mask. You might have heard the Panthers going 100% capacity this year, green light and everything.
Which means ECU App State will be 100%
absolutely
capacity?
Correct. So if they can sell enough tickets for that,
100% capacity.
Right. That doesn't mean it'll be sold out, but it'll be open.
100% capacity.
Right. But Clark LeClaire will be at 100% capacity for sure in about another week and a half or whatever, 2 weekends. I'm fired up about it, man. We're back. We're getting back, baby. The lost year is just about over.
It's great that it's in the rear view.
Yes.
We not agree?
We agree. Thank you.
We are back.
All right, what's your
excitement time?
What question did you have?
Oh, well, it wasn't my question. It was Mike asked me a question. That one right there.
Do I need to read it?
Yeah, I was just going to see if you knew what it was.
I don't. Let's see. Is Troy a Shibumi guy?
Shibumi guy. You know what a Shibumi is?
No.
Shibumi is like this modern day umbrella, really, for the lack of a better term. And these guys in the Triangle have invented it. It was a number of summers ago they started. This is probably like the third summer it's been around. And it's basically a canopy they made out of this tent material. And it weighs less than 3 pounds. It never blows over like a umbrella, which can, gets too windy. Anyone has broken umbrellas, you know what I'm talking about. This thing, and you go to the beach now, this is all you see. Shibumis are freaking everywhere.
Yeah, I've seen them. I didn't know what they were called.
Yeah, so they're shibumis. They're all over the place.
Why do they not blow away?
Because they use the wind to their advantage. The wind blows through them like a sail, almost in a sailboat. But it goes against instead of going up and down, it's like a canopy over you. So it never blows over. But it's like a half sail, half tent material. Really neat invention, and it's stuck. Mike wondering whether I'm a Shibumi guy. The answer, Mike, is I am not anti-Shibumi, but I do not own one. Mostly because they're $250. A little steep for Troy D right there. And I like, when I'm on the beach, I want to get some sun. That thing throws a lot of shade. And I don't know if I need that much shade all the time. And
Troy D throws enough shade on his own.
And I don't know. I've got enough friends. It's like a boat. I got enough friends that have one. I don't know if I need one. Like, I got a lot of friends that have Shibumis.
And you can fit
you fit a family of like 10 underneath there. Yeah, it's big.
Shibumi.
And not all beaches allow them now. Some of them do not allow these on the beach, but they are allowed down at Atlantic Beach, Emerald Isle. And if you go out on the beach, especially this coming up weekend, there are two different shades of blue. All you will see across the beach is Shibumi. It looks like Shibumiville.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, I learned what that was called today.
There you go. There's your answer, Mike.
All right, mentioned a moment ago, Bank of America Stadium will be open up for fans of the Mountaineers and the Pirates. How many days away are we from kicking things off at Bank of America Stadium? Let's find out right now. We got to be getting close to double digits, Troy D.
Yeah.
Got to be getting close.
I don't know if we're under yet, but knocking on the door for 9. And here she is. Intern. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Wow.
Intern Chad.
Intern Chad.
Oh, what a lovely day.
He's a 27 handicap.
As we are 101 days away, man. We were right. Couldn't be any closer. Except for tomorrow, we'll be 100 days.
Yep.
101 away days until kickoff for ECU football versus Appalachian State, Charlotte, North Carolina. Thursday night under the lights.
Charlie, could you cut the music?
And wouldn't you like to have some ice cold beverages, pirate beverages?
Charlie, hit the music again.
To celebrate.
Coming up later this week.
This thing's bad right here.
Check out this giveaway.
Wow.
Intern Chad.
It's bold.
Showing
It's bubbly.
skin.
It's lemony. It's Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade. And this cooler can be yours, folks.
That is a sweet cooler.
For the low price of free $99.
Some are calling it the Shibumis of coolers.
Yes.
Wouldn't that fit great under your Shibumi?
Wow, that would. I got to tell you, that is a cool limited edition. I don't even think you can buy these, honestly. Like, you can only win this. This is from Budweiser. Then thanks to our friends at Bud Light for providing that, by the way. Which I have not tried any of the lemonade seltzer yet. Have you?
I have not.
I need to sample some of that product.
We gave some to the real Chad today. Pirate Radio listener Chad won our Free Beer Friday on Friday and took some home. He was excited to give them a try.
Yeah, but you'll be rocking that cooler. Not everybody's going to have that now.
That is a cool cooler.
Yeah.
Cool, neat cooler.
Limited edition cooler.
And we'll give that away coming up on Thursday's edition of Pirate Radio Live.
Ooh, so 2 laps this week for me. I'm going to lose probably about 15, 20 pounds.
Yeah, your steps.
An extra lap around the desk.
Your Fitbit's going crazy.
Woo!
It's like, congratulations on your achievement.
And it's getting hot outside. So, I mean, woo.
And you're a 13, 14 handicap, huh?
I said 15.
Oh, 15. All right, just checking.
I think it might have gone up a stroke since last segment.
14. I said 14
you
or
said
15,
14.
so I'm going to go 15.
All right.
I might have told Mike Mullins maybe a 13 yesterday.
He's got numbers all over the place right now. Should we trust him with the days to kick off? His numbers.
It bounces around.
Have we fact checked that?
Yeah, because we were a day off one day, so we had to fix it.
No, I think it should be good now.
We're good.
Better make sure when we get to 199, we're right, because those are big numbers right there. You know, let's not make a big deal about it being 100 and then we're not 100.
Key days, yeah. All right, Troy D, enjoyed it.
A lot of fun, Clip. I will see you here again Thursday.
We'll be talking some Tarboro River Bandits.
Yes,
baseball.
we're going to have the owner of the Tarboro River Bandits on with us. Great baseball organization right here in our backyard. What they've got going on, 100% capacity there. They've got a nice little stadium in Tarboro. We're going to get all the details. Probably get some tickets away, too.
Some summer baseball talk.
Got some family 4-packs And a lot of good times going on there. Short drive from Greenville. We'll get you all the details with the owner, Wayne Turnage on Thursday show.
All right, we will see you folks coming up Tuesday, 3 o'clock, for an all-new edition of Pirate Radio Live. For intern Chad, Shirley Rhodes, and Troy D, I'm Clip Rock. So long, everybody.
Thanks for listening to Pirate Radio Live, an exclusive presentation of the voice of the Pirate Nation. This is Pirate Radio, WGHB Farmville, 1250 and 92.7 FM Greenville, WDLX Washington, 930 and 104.1 FM Washington. The following is an exclusive presentation of Pirate Radio, the voice of the Pirate Nation.